Hello again and welcome to another Warhammer 40k Mordy and Glory battle report. Today we have the forces of the Tempestus Scions, the Glory Boys, the best of the best of the best, going into the Worshippers of Nurgle. In our last battle report, the Armageddon Steel Legion were thoroughly routed from the field by Typhus and his Terminus Est forces. And this time the Imperium has sent in their special troops to try and hold back the tide of zombies. Let's see if they can do it going into today's battle report. So today I will be running something a little bit different. 2,000 points of Militarum Tempestus Scions. The Glory Boys, the big toy soldiers, the men in black. The boys are back in town. I haven't run my Pure Scions in like a year and a half. And this is just the first game I run them. So I'm probably going to be a little bit rusty considering it's an army that takes a little bit of finesse and it's one that has got a whole new codex, so that's kind of cool.
Excuses.
Get my excuses in early, but I really wanted to run these and it was actually suggested by people on the channel that I do try Pure Scions out, so that is what I have tried to do. Now what I've gone for is 2 detachments, and I've gone for a battalion, and I've gone for a vanguard detachment. You'll see where I've gone for that vanguard detachment later on. Now in the battalion, I have got 2 Tempestus command squads. Both of them have got a melter gun, a flag, a vox, a medic, and then obviously the officer's got the command rod and whatever free combat weapon he comes with. Now, I've also taken in one of those command squads the big bullshit banner, the finale of the Nemrudesh first, because I ran it without it for a game and it made me a big sad, and I'm never leaving home without it again until GW inevitably nerfs it. So I've got the big Nemrudesh banner back. The big bullshit banner, it's back in business, boys. The command squad that's got the big bullshit banner is also going to be led by, not my warlord. My warlord is another character, but it will have a warlord trait via officer card or stratagem, and he is going to have the Scion warlord trait drill commander. So I've got 2 command squads, and one of them is just standard flag, vox, all that kind of good stuff, and one of them's got the warlord trait and it's got the relic. Now, after that, I've got 6 troop choices, and they are all Scion squads. Now, I've gone for 5 big 10-man Scion squads, and I've gone for 1 little 5-man Scion squad. Now, 4 of those big 10-man Scion squads are going to have plasma pistol, double volley gun, and double plasma gun, and of course they have a vox in there as well. And 1 of the big 10-man squads is going to have double plasma, double melter, and a vox cast. I started just running out of volley guns. Turns out that if volley guns haven't been good for several editions, you don't build very many of them, so ideally I'd have all like plasma and volley gun in this army, but I've got a few melters sprinkled in there. You can't go wrong with a couple of melters. We've then gone for, in the little 5-man squad, just a little plasma, little melt squad. Their job really is going to be to like drop down and do some objectives and stuff like that. And then I've gone for 2 Valkyries with rocket pods, the multi-laser, and the 2 heavy bolters. You can't go wrong with a pair of gunships, and I think they're going to be quite good today with their improved profile. And then I've
also brought a radio that's only playing Fortunate Son on loop for 10 hours, so that I get psychologically scarred.
And like, what is it, the Flight of the Valkyries. Flight of the Valkyries coming in as well. Maybe a little bit of run through the jungle if I'm feeling a bit spicy. And I've also gone for 5 Taurox Primes. I love my Taurox Primes. They're just great, and every single one of them has got a Daka cannon on top and got volley guns on the side. Now, Taurox Primes have changed a little bit. They're a bit cheaper, and the Gatling guns don't do as many shots now, but they are AP -1. Now, and to a lot of stuff, that's not going to make a difference because of Armed Contempt, but so they're still pretty good. But the side volley guns have actually weirdly got a bit better. They're now rapid fire 3 each, with like a pretty good range. So on the one hand, up close and personal, I'm going to get more volley gun shots, but from further away, I'm going to have less shots overall. So we'll see how it works out. So that is in the battalion. And then I've gone for a vanguard detachment, and in the vanguard detachment, I've got a Castellan. And he's just in there because I needed to get a source of reroll 1s. And because he's in that detachment, it means that the Scions and other units that I take in there are going to be elites rather than going to be troops. So it's kind of a bit of a funny way of doing it, but it does allow you to get more Scions in your list without having to then go down like a patrol or anything like that. I went for that because I wanted to also, I sort of started running out of sort of Scions that I could build with the models that I've got, but I did have plenty of my old Stormtroopers left over, and I'm running them as Kazakin today. So I've got 2 units of Kazakin, they're going to get loaded up into the Valkyries, and I've got a little 5-man squad of Scions in there, and I've got a Castellan. That just gives me access to reroll 1s, and it means that I can, you know, have a good time with those units. So that is the full list. It's going to be 2 units of Kazakin, 7 units of Scions, it's going to be 2 Valkyries, 5 Torx Primes, and 2 Command Squads. So that is my 2,000 point guard list overall. It's 2,000 points on the nose. Perfection. We'll see how it does. Like I said, I've not run Scions in a while, but I'm pretty confident. It's got a lot of DACA. Should be okay. But it is I'm running another elite army into the horde of Nurgle, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe after this, I'll be like, Krieg! I need to go and get my Krieg boys out. But anyway, that's my 2,000 point list. Let's see what they're facing off against today.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mordy and Glory channel for another battle report. It is I, Traitor Tom. I am no longer following the light of the Emperor, the Golden Custodian boys. I have been corrupted by the petulance and all the elenchulas of Nurgle, and I'm running Terminus Est again today because I love Terminus Est. It is so fun, and every game that I've had, win or lose, I've just had an absolute blast playing them. They're not killy, they're just so fun to play, and watching your opponent just melt because they just cannot get through everybody. And if there's one Poxwalker left, you bring them back. So yeah, I'm running a 2,000 point battalion today. Same as last week, pretty much. I've just swapped out a couple of the Plague Marine upgrades, but I'm not going to go into them because they're... Put it this way, everything in the Plague Marine unit is upgraded, and it takes so long to get through. So, HQs in this battalion today, I'm running Typhus, the Lord of Death, the Herald of Nurgle, the big bad boy, the best boy, the boy that created all of the Death Guard, Typhus. And he has 2 Warlord traits. Because of the Terminus Est, he has the Lord of Death aura, which he gets +1 attack. And he also takes OBSEC off units with leadership of 7, and they cannot perform actions within 3 inches of him, which is very nice. And then he has a really useless Warlord trait called Shamble Rot, which nobody really cares about and everyone forgets about. So if someone finishes their movement phase within 6 of Typhus, on a 2+, they take a mortal wound. Okay, it's okay, but yeah, so he has that, and then obviously he has his Destroyer Hives, and yeah, he's just really cool. And his psychic abilities today is 2 unique Terminus Est ones. Pernicious Dose, which is 6 inches. He casts it on a friendly unit, and they can re-roll their hit rolls with plague weapons, which is very nice. I wish it was wound rolls. It's not. I thought yesterday off camera that I could re-roll my plague weapons, and I couldn't. Unless it was a 1, and Timothy kindly reminded me of that. So
you was re-rolling like 2s and 3s and 4s. I was like, mate,
I was like, this is great. I can just re-roll these. And Tim goes,
magic word.
I was like, okay. So I found that out yesterday. That was brilliant. Don't worry, it didn't affect the game. And even if it did, we would have just redone it. So yes, that's what Typhus is running today with one of his psychic powers. And then his second one is called Lung Rot. So I point at something within 18 inches of me and say, that thing has less armor penetration by -2, reducing it to a maximum of 0, which is amazing. Oh, I wish it would give like a +1 armor save. Like for some reason, like the bullets are just Nurglified and they just end up healing him. But yes, that's what he's running in psychic powers. The second guy I'm running today is a Malignant Plague. Really nice. And this guy is just a buffing unit. So his psychic powers, he has no warlord traits or relics, he's just a plague caster. He's really nice to run. And he has Miasma of Pestilence. The best one, -1 to hit, all the times. It's just really nice. And then the other one, which I'm really liking, especially if you put it on Poxwalkers, Plague Marines, Blight Lords, anything, is Putrescent White. and it can make the Poxwalkers T5 strength 4, which is amazing, because imagine having to chew through 20 T5 models. It's amazing. I love it. It's just the best. And then finally, moving on to Demon Prince for the HQ. He is a Demon Prince. He has footed wings, so he can fly as a movement of 10. I couldn't take the Plague Spew with him if I upgrade him with wings. That's fine, whatever. He has the Hellforged Sword. It's not on his model because it's a creature caster model that I'm using. Perfectly fine. We'll get over it. We'll have therapy together. And so, yeah. So yes, that's what he has. He has a Warlord trait called Disgustingly Resilient, which gives him a 5-up Feel No Pain. And then he also has a relic called the Plague Skull of Goliath. Plague Skull of Goliath, something like that anyway. It's a one-time use grenade that deals a load of mortal wounds. He's basically just there to run up to something and go, die, and then die himself, which is all you really want. I mean, that's fine for me. And then in his psychic powers as well, he has Curse of the Leper, which is another mortal wound output, which is, I roll 7 dice. If I beat your toughness, you take them as mortal wounds, which is really nice, because guess what? I can make guard toughness 2. Amazing. So yes, that's all it for the HQ slots. And then moving on to troops, really simple. One big blob of 10 Plague Marines. Amazing. Love Plague Marines now. They're absolutely fantastic with armor and contempt and everything. And then moving on to the other ones, I have 4 units of 20 Poxwalkers. All the Poxes, I love them. I really want to run just like 200 Poxwalkers one day. It'll be great. And then that's all my troops. Moving on to the elites, I have 10 Blightlord Terminators, a big brick, just going to get buffed up and sit on an objective and shoot a few bolt shots and see what they can do. And then I've got 2 units of 3 Death Shroud Terminators. They're just really nice because they come in turn 2 free and disrupt what the opponent's doing, trying to clear you off objectives, and they're just a really nice counter-attack unit, especially with the Plague Spitter Gauntlets, which are like 12 inches, plague weapons, so you reroll in 1s, they auto hit. Amazing. And then moving on from that, I have a Foul Blight Spawn, which has Revolting Stench Vats. He is amazing because he 3-inch aura, fight last, and you cannot charge anything unless you're within 6 inches of him. So it's amazing. Amazing. I think that's right anyway. I'll check later. But yes, and then moving on from that, I have a Plague Surgeon, bog standard Plague Surgeon. He's just going to give a 6-up Feel No Pain and recover D3 wounds each turn. I was looking in the Codex yesterday. I couldn't find a Plague Surgeon specific one. I thought there was, where I could just like res a Blightlord Terminator. I don't think it exists. So I'm cheating, essentially. And then moving on from that, I've got the Tallyman with the Tollkeeper Relic. So he's going to be saying, you hot on 2s. You now have Exploding 6s. Good luck. Amazing. Exploding 6s is great. And Tim's got a bunch of Exploding 6s in his army because he's
army does it?
Scions!
I don't get a regiment trait, but...
No regiment trait, so that's pretty sad. But Scions, baby. Gotta love them. And that is my whole entire smorgasbord of nurgly goodness today. I hope you all enjoy the battle report. And yes, let's get to it, and let's get to the missions and deployment.
Today's mission is Recover the Relics. It is a 6-objective mission, and each player has to hold 1 objective to gain 4 points, 2 objectives to gain 8 points, or they have to hold more objectives than their opponent to gain an additional 4 victory points. Both players' deployment zones are on their short table edge, which means that it is a little bit of a further distance to go when trying to get into the middle board brawl zone. And the objectives are located 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then that is also mirrored on the other side of the board. For the second part of the primary, also known as the tertiary, it is break them, body and soul. At the end of each battle round, each player scores 1 victory point for each enemy unit that was destroyed that battle round, to a maximum of 3. For the secondary objectives, the Scions have gone for no prisoners because there are lots of Poxwalkers to slay. Probably many of these Poxwalkers are their fallen comrades from the Steel Legion this battle. Pardon?
Got the helmets on.
They've got the helmets on and everything. They're like wearing the gas masks in a parody of we need these to be healthy against the Nurgle. So we're going for no prisoners. We're also going to go for boots on the ground. And lastly, we are going to go for retrieve Nachman data. I have not gone for inflexible command or special orders. The reason for that is I don't want a flexible command because I want my Scions to be able to be a lot more mobile, take advantage of the fact that they are a fast elite force. And I've not gone for special orders because against Tom's list, I think he has a very good chance of denying me a lot of those points. So that is why I've chosen my secondaries today. And Tom, what have you taken today?
I have taken the same secondaries that I took last time. So I've got spread the sickness, spread the sickness.
Spreading it all over the place.
Spreading it, baby. And then I've gone for fleeing vectors.
My Scions do not flee, sir.
They will.
They will not flee.
They will flee.
They will not flee.
They will flee. The men will stand.
If you never surrender, you cannot fall. There you go. That's it.
And then the third one I'm going to take is psychic interrogation.
Okay, you're going for that one again. Not bad. Okay, now that's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There you go. So those are the secondaries. That's the mission. We'll now go over the field of battle and the terrain. So once again, we are fighting over the blasted cityscape of the Warhammer 40k universe. In terms of what each terrain feature is, we've mixed things up a little bit. We've gone for our classic set of ruins. All of the ruins that you see on the battlefield today, including these ones, will be obscuring terrain and they'll be light cover. So you can if you get inside them, you'll get +1 to your save, and they also will block line of sight. We've then gone for a little bit of dense in the middle of the board, just in case anyone's trying to sneak through there. It won't slow the Death Guard down, but it might slow the Scions down if they're trying to do a sort of frontal assault.
Mordian, middle of the table.
Big bit of dense.
Big bit of dense, mate.
Big bit of dense, mate. Normally, when we play a 5 objective mission, that's really good because it's like a bit of dense on the objective. But today, we won't have that, so it'll be interesting to see if it still has the same effect. And something we've gone for that's a little bit different. We've put barricades on every single one of these objectives. Now, normally we'd have like a bit of dense or something, but I wanted to mix things up. I don't know if it'll work. Maybe it might be a little bit open, but that's why I've got these bits of ruins down the flanks on each side. So, you don't have to go down the shooting gallery. And it also means if you do go on objectives, you'll have cover. You'll have light cover, you'll have heavy cover. So
my poxwalkers will get a 6-up save.
Your poxwalkers will get a save. So there you go. So I'm hoping that there may be a very good reason why you don't see many people do this, but we've tried to go for some semi-competitive terrain with a little bit of a twist on it. Of course, let us know what you guys think. We're always open to more feedback. We've started including a lot more terrain. But I thought we had quite a lot, but we've had some feedback where people want more terrain.
I want to get it to the point where we've just got a massive city and we can't actually see the models. So this guy's actually in this building, but we can't lift up the terrain yet.
If we did that, I guarantee we'd play it for like a month, and then I'd take it down and I'd find like a platoon's worth of guardsmen just like chilling out, like
be down here for months.
Yeah. These 2 guardsmen were trapped behind enemy lines. Yeah, we've eaten the bike shields. That's why they're not in the codex.
I don't remember modelling them all gaunt. Eating themselves.
Yeah, why have they got 1,000-yard stare, my models? So that is the terrain that we've gone for. Now, in terms of each player's deployment, Tom has gone for the classic. I'm going to stick all my Terminators on one side with the Demon Prince, and then Typhus and all of his happy children going across the middle with the Plague Marines anchoring the centre, and a big old block of Poxwalkers. Box of Plocks.
It's
and then
quite an aggressive deployment from me, just because I was like, they're going to die, so some of you may die. That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah.
It's
because they're disposable and it allows you to take objectives. It's not just like for the memes.
It's not just like, I know they don't, like, this army isn't designed to deal damage at all.
Yeah.
It's just there to be, like, annoying and hold objectives.
Yeah.
As you saw in the last battle report, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It was really, really, really interesting and fun.
I broke.
to watch. Tim broke before the guard did.
Tim broke. I finally broke, boys. I finally learned what it was like to be on the receiving end of a never-ending story of infantry. So it was really fun. Now, in terms of the Scion deployment, I've gone for. I've got 2 Valkyries, and they're sort of just. They don't really need to be flying together, so I've put them separately. Hopefully that'll give me some options when it comes to my secondaries. And then I've got a little situation of Tauroxes here and a little platoon of Tauroxes over here as well. And I've got my command squad holding the objective there, and the officer of the fleet is doing his business as well. So I've gone for obviously a bit of a conservative deployment. I know Tom doesn't have a huge amount of shooting, but he does have some. With my vehicles not having armed contempt anymore, and Taurox is being notoriously fragile as it is. They've got 1 less wound than Chimeras, 1 less toughness than Chimeras. I didn't want to just open myself up to losing 1 turn 1.
Just to let you guys know as well, GW haven't officially announced the AOC and the mortar nerfs.
Yeah,
but
we're playing with them.
They have said in a community post this will be coming. It's just not updated yet.
Yeah.
And also this list, if Tim wants to tell you, was actually suggested by a viewer of the stream last night who donated and said, play Scions.
Yeah.
If you want to see any more lists out of Guard, Death Guard, anything Guard, Custodes, whatever, just tell us. Let us know down in the comments, please. It'll be really nice to run some fun lists for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is the two lists, the deployment, that is everything. Now I think we just need to roll that all-important dice.
Yes.
So as the guest, Tom, he hates being referred to as the guest. So as my honoured colleague, my partner in crime,
comrade,
my Death Guard comrade, because I do have my own Death Guard army coming soon.
What's the dude that advises the commissar in the command squads? He's subordinate.
I think the commissar. You've got the platoon
I
commander.
Suppose sergeant.
You're a sergeant, yeah.
Sergeant, lads.
You're traitor, Tom. Just deal with it. All right, you get to go first.
Yes.
It's 2.
It's a 2. Hey, nice one.
Don't know if I wanted to go first, but we've done it now, so we'll be back at the end of guard movement and command phase. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be back at the end of guard movement and command phase. So we haven't done the guard movement or command phase yet. Just before we started, I had one of those gut feelings I think there might be something wrong with my list, guys. And I was right, because I had taken a commandant in the Vanguard attachment. He had to be my warlord, which meant that I wouldn't have had any CP. I would have been on negative starting CP. Don't worry, guys, we've caught it, and there's been a slight change to the list. Tom will put all this up in the post cinema magic. Basically, I have swapped that Vanguard attachment out for a patrol. I swapped out the 5-man Scion squad that was in there for a Cadian shock troop squad that are just going to sit on this objective. I did have 5 points left over, so I was able to do that because it was 60 points swapped out for 65 points, so we're all good. So that we've just caught that. So now it's all okay because I've still spent 3 CP on an extra detachment. This time it is the Scion detachment. So there we go, guys. We've caught it all. We've not made any mistakes. We're having a great time. Apart from that, the deployment is fairly unchanged. We've just put a command squad and a 5-man squad in there. And we've got a command squad in there. And then the other Scion units will be in reserve. So there we go. But yeah, now we will be back at the beginning of the command phase, end of the command phase and movement phase. End of guard, movement and command phase, turn 1. We started off with a pretty simple thing. I have started doing RND with this squad in this quarter here. Very nice. I did a little flanking maneuver with these 2 Torx primes. I could have pushed infantry onto this objective, but I was kind of concerned about the giant block of Blightlord Terminators. They wouldn't have been able to get any charges off of me, or the demons wouldn't be able to charge me either, but there is still 40 bolter shots that can come out there. And I'm not super confident that 10 Scions can tank 40 bolter shots. So
be surprised. Krieg did it.
Krieg, yeah, but these aren't Krieg. These aren't Krieg, that's the thing. So I figured, you know what? I'm not going to do what I did in the last game. I'm going to be a bit more careful with my infantry reserves. However, on the other side, I was like, let's rock! And just decided to go all in. So I moved 2 squads out of the Taurox primes, and then the command squad jumped out. I obviously couldn't do command orders in the command phase, but I was able to do an order in the movement phase when I jumped out of the transport, and I've done take aim on that 1 squad there. The one of Torx Primes has stayed back there because it really couldn't get into a good position. I thought, you know what, it might do good for some turn 2 screening, and it can't shoot anything this turn anyway. And the other 2 Torx Primes have gone around the flank there, and they're drawing some nice line of sights onto some Poxwalker mobs. And then the sound of the Valkyries came screeching overhead. Fortunate Son playing the door gunners, getting ready to unleash their high explosive payloads into the Poxwalkers. I'm really excited to see how these Valkyries perform.
They're in the pipe 5 by 5.
We're in the pipe 5 by 5. There we go, man. It's Broken Arrow. I say again, we got Broken Arrow. So so the Valkyries moved forward. Obviously, I haven't got anyone out of the Valkyries yet. I did contemplate getting my Castellan out, but he'd have to jump out on his own, and if he rolls a 1, he'll break his legs. So we were like, nah, it's all right. I'll deal with that having reroll 1s. I'm not focused on doing a big turn 1 Alpha Strike this turn. I'm just going to try and chip away. And remember, the Death Guard are slow. If I rush towards them, I'm making their job easier. So I'm playing it a little bit more cagey. You know, my Scions have had the extra Scholar Progenium training. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, boys.
You mentioning the Castellan breaking his legs reminded me of that scene from Starship Troopers where it's like, good to see you joining the infantry, son.
Yeah.
The MI made me the man I am today.
The mobile infantry made me the man I am today. It's such... No, he's got no arms and legs. It's terrible, man. That scene in the book is actually... There's a lot more context to it in the book. It's really good. Although the book is a bit nuts. But yeah, so that is my turn 1 movement and command. Now let's go into the Schusting. So we are going to fire with the first unit of Scions with take aim. We're going to do the 2 plasma guns. Now, I don't need to overcharge. You reduce the damage. I wouldn't be wounding you on 2s anyway. So
I can take it on the rising cover, and that would be -2.
Doesn't affect my AP?
No, not...
Yes, overcharge. You wouldn't affect. If I overcharge, it makes no difference.
Oh, okay. Is it -4 or something?
It's my AP is -4 anyway because of take aim. So
lovely.
Yeah, it's trying to make up bloody rules. Oh, I'll be more minuses.
I'll be immune to damage.
So here we go. So I have got 4 hits. I haven't got any exploding hits with the plasma. Sad times. I have spent a CP for overcharged las cells, by the way, viewers, which is going to affect my volley guns and las guns. Now the reason I'm getting full shots, by the way, is my dual commander. Is the Scion commander there with the beret and the big banner. Okay, so now we're wounding on 3s. That's 3 wounds. 3 wounds at AP -4, my good man. So you will be with Arm Contempt. It'll be AP -3. If you decide to take it on men in cover, it will be AP -2, but you'll have to keep an eye on your coherency.
I'll take it on the guard in cover, because there's 5 in cover.
Okay.
Like, technically.
Okay, that's fine.
5 in cover.
So 5
was
ups.
it 3?
It'll be
3
5.
ups?
It'll be 4 5-ups.
Do I get a feel the pain on this?
You do not.
Do not. So the Plague Surgeon is within 6, but I don't get it because obviously...
Yeah, big bullshit about it.
5. So
And you need to make 1 more because there was 4.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I said 4 multiple times,
so
Tommy.
that's
Look at
sorry,
this is how he beat me last time, guys.
I'll just take it out dice. Like, every time. How many wounds is that, Tim? 12? 6?
I was like, yeah, so I trust you. Just roll your dice. But it's like, yeah, I didn't lose anyone. Like,
so
what, really?
3 dead, I'm guessing.
No, because
reduced damage.
You reduce damage by 1, and it's only damage 1 anyway. So you've lost a man.
Yes.
And you've taken a wound.
Okay.
Okay. Because you made 1 of them, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll remove 1 of them now. Then.
So now I've got my hotshot volley guns. Ooh, that is spicy. That is spicy. So that 1 is going to miss. I've got no way of re-rolling that. But look at this, guys. Oh. I have got 3 more hits thanks to Stormtroopers. Sadly, the Scions do not get Born Soldiers, but my little patrol detachment has Born Soldiers, which is very, very nice for the Kazakin. All right, so now we shall be wounding on 5s, because I'm only strength 4.
Yep.
But any 6s will be mortal wounds.
Oh, very nice.
In addition. So it's Tres Mortals.
Don't get feel the pain to get these.
You don't. And then I got 3 rerolls because of my regimental standards, which does nothing. So you've got 3 mortal wounds, which should kill 1 and another. And then you should have 3 saves, and this will be -3. You're assigning them to cover, so overall it'll be -1.
Okay.
4s.
So 4s. Damage are these?
Just 1.
Okay, so I can take them all once then. So
take a wound.
Take a wound. Take a wound.
Now remember, I have done 3 mortals because I can't do more than 6.
So just
That's fine.
Oh, okay. So is this specific to that unit?
To that stratagem.
Okay, sweet.
I've then got 5 rifles, guys. So that will be 10 more shots. I love me Scions. I love me Scions. All right, now we're still hitting on 2s because of take, aim, and the big banner. Let's see what happens. I'll reroll that. Okay, so that's 3 misses. But one of them goes back in thanks to exploding 6s. And we are looking for 5s and 6s again. Just 1 wound, no mortals. And we got 1 reroll too. Come on, baby. No, sadly. So 1 more 4 up. There's a man who's on a wound.
4 up.
He's okay.
So he's on a single wound now.
Yep, so not too bad from the first Science Squad. Now, the second Science Squad is going to do the same thing, except for they're only going to be hitting on 3s. But then, again, they don't need to overcharge or anything. And there won't be any mortal wounds this time.
Okay.
Okay, so Plasma. 1 miss, but Matt will keep it in there because of the exploding 6s. Plasma. That is going to be 4 wounds. These will be AP 3. You being in cover. How many do you have in cover?
2, so I'm going to take these one at a time, I'm guessing.
Take them 3 wounds at a time. Because you've got 3 wounds there.
Okay, so I'll take...
these will be 3 4-ups.
4-ups, yeah. So, one's dead, one's
and then
on
you've
a
got
wound.
that last one you can take on a 4-up as well.
Yeah,
hey.
So one's on a wound.
No, he'd be dead. Because you've just taken 3 wounds, haven't you?
Yeah, so 1...
was on a wound.
Yeah, so he's dead.
And then there's
2
more die, so 1 guy dies. Yeah, you've taken
yes,
3 fails.
Yes,
Yep.
sorry.
Don't, viewers, you're going to have to forgive Tom's ogre brain today. He is operating on much reduced sleeping.
Yes, Tim will tell you, I was up till 5:30 this morning.
The man lives to the grind, boys. You've got to respect him.
On a battle report,
yeah.
editing one, and I had 2 hours. I think it was like 2 hours 35 minutes sleep, and then
every minute.
I hopped on a train and went. I'm on the way to him, and he was like, "Man,
I was like, dude, do you want to?"
This man is a man of commitment. And sure fucking will.
Yeah. I saw him do a battle report with 2 hours sleep. 2 fucking hours. So we've got the hotshot volley guns coming in. So we've got 3 misses. I do miss not having reroll 1s, but I do get to put 1 back in thanks to stormtroopers. I love me Scions. I'm going to keep saying that throughout the game. Now you've lost all of your cover, boys. Cover, okay, but I have only done 1 wound, but I do get a reroll. No, 1 wound at AP -2, which becomes AP -1, so you'll be on a 4-up save.
4-up, baby.
No, blinks a wound off.
Blink.
Blinky blinks, and then I've got my hotshot rifles.
Love me rifles.
Love me rifles. Here we go. Ooh, lots of misses. There we go. But 1 goes back in because of the exploding 6s. I love these Scions. I gotta stop saying it, man. But wounds. Just 1.
Do you know what I've noticed?
1 more 4-up.
So every battle report, Tim will be like, "Oh, I love this," and then we'll go into next. "Oh, I love this. It's amazing.
I love God.
I love this," and it's like, "Yes, Tim, everything's good." How many wounds? Sorry.
Just 1 4-up save.
4-up, baby.
Oh.
You know what that was? It was plinking off the sound, so I was like, "Get out."
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of my eye holes. There we go. So that is the 2 Scion squads. That was pretty cool. We'll have a little think of what we're going to shoot next. It's time for some Broken Arrow, boys. Time for the Valkyries. We are going to go for this central Valkyrie here, and he is going to fire everything into this unit of Poxwalkers slap bang in the center. I did think about splitting fire with the new AP -2 rocket pods, but I thought, yeah, I can't turn up the opportunity to get maximum shot blast from my rockets. I can't turn it off, guys. So I like this. So I'm gonna. I like the Scions. So I'm going to have 12 shots on the rocket pods, hitting on 3s now. I have got a few misses. These guys don't get exploding 6s because they are the Navy. No, not yet. Maybe one day, but not right now. And then we're also going to go for wounding on 3s. And that will be 5 wounds. Now, you will get your feel no pains against this, but they are 2 damage each. So you've got 5 wounds, 2 damage apiece. So roll 5 feeling of pains, and if you make...
Which Poxwalker are you talking
Going into here.
Okay. AP?
It's AP 2.
Okay, so it won't matter. It was just if it was AP 0, I could take it on the guys and cover, and then they'd get a 6 up, and then a 6 up, and a 6 up. So,
yeah.
First one.
Reroll that 6. If you pass it, 1 lives. Nope, so you've lost 5.
Go.
And then I've got the heavy blotters. Not bad. And heavy blotters. Ooh, just 2. Just 2. So again, same situation. It's AP 1, and to roll 2 dice, any successes, re-roll them. Ooh. And then 1 more. No. Unless you wanted.
No.
Yeah,
that's free.
It's
was it
just 2. It's just 2, yeah.
Sweet.
And then I've got, so you've lost another 2, so that is 7 in total, should be dead. Then I've got the multi-laser.
The sacred number.
The sacred number. Can we take it off the sacred number?
Traitor Tom is corrupting.
It's 3 more wounds. This is AP -1, so these are just 1 damage, so if you do make any, you do.
So that is...
That's 10.
10?
That's 10. 10 gone. Very nice. All right. And then I shall drop the napalm. No, I don't have any napalm, sadly. So that was that Valkyrie. And
what was it these got? Code Orange?
Agent Orange. It was
Orange,
very, very nasty stuff.
Yes.
Very nasty. Are you going to take another little...
Yeah. I'm not just going to take 5 off and go. Still alive.
I'm not sure which 5 you want to take off, that was all, ma'am.
No, they're fine.
One's at the back, one's at the front.
I'll take these ones because I think them ones are less visible.
Okay. Shouldn't make a huge difference. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot my Torx Prime that's just here now, and we're going to shoot it into the same unit because they're just in range of him. So I'll get 12 shots from my Gatling cannon. Sad times used to be 20. Is that what you said about that not being 20 anymore, Tom?
Can't have everything, mate.
Can't have everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll these. I don't think it has the Stormtrooper ability, but I'm going to roll dice to see how many 6s I get. Okay, I need to check if it's got Stormtroopers. Oh, I'm big sad. They don't get Stormtroopers. Oh, look at how many extra. It's big sad. I'm very upset with my life right now. These are going to be wounding you on 4s because they're strength 4.
Nice.
Poxwalkers are crazy tough. That's 3. They are AP Un. So you will be on 6 up with Fiona Pin. The one that's already had a bad time.
Hiya. So 3 more dudes.
And then I shall have 6 shots from the Hotius Volius Gunnius. They all hit, which is nice. And they get 2 wounds. Again, just 2 6 of Fiona Pains. Oh, yeah, you will get Fiona Pains, don't worry.
Yes.
They're not core. 2 more, so 5 in total, I believe.
Yes, so it will be 5 at the minute, and then obviously your next one you probably.
Well,
actually,
you get to remove some characters, so if you remove them, I won't be able to see you. Hooray! I thought you'd do that. All right, so Torx.
I'm going to leave them out in the open.
Well, Torx Primes, not doing as much DACA as they wanted. I have to say, the Valkyries felt like they had more punch. But what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to come on a little bit more firepower, and then that'll be the Scion turn. Okay, so we just did the remaining Valkyrie and Torx Prime off camera, did their shooting quickly, and we were able to reduce this squad down to just 7. So overall, a unit of a Valkyrie and a Torx Prime can reliably kill the vast majority of unit of Poxwalkers. Now, we haven't wiped any out yet, but it does mean that Tom can only regrow one of those squads, not both squads. Is it 1 CP or 2 CP to regrow?
It's 1 CP to regrow, and it's 3 CP to bring one back.
Yeah.
But I will say, you've already scored 4 on no prisoners, mate.
That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. And obviously, with those Plague Rings, they ain't coming back. That's the biggie.
No, Plague Rings aren't there.
And I'm hoping your damage is going to be kind of limited in your turn. So we've done. We haven't scored for boots. We don't get it turn 1. We've got 1 pip of no prisoners, and we, in terms of 1 pip of a date, I should say.
Yes. And
we've done all right on no prisoners. So not a bad turn 1 at all. We didn't get any victory points for killing units that are near objectives because no one's near objective, but we have slaughtered lots of little units, so hopefully we'll get many points for that in our turn 2. So we'll be back in the Death Guard turn 1. What are they going to do against this maneuverable force?
Die.
The shambling horde cometh. The Poxwalker mobs lurching forward in a chaotic parody of the rictus of life. The steady advance of the Poxwalkers. Steady. Yeah, Typhus is now
Then you will stand.
Yeah, Typhus is now Jar Jar being steady. So the Death Guard have moved forward across the line. The Flyboy, the demon prince that looks like a big fly, and the what's his chap? The foul Blightspawn have moved on a flanking maneuver down the right-hand side. The big old brick of Terminators has moved forward to take the objective, and they have received the buffs from the Tallyman.
Yes.
They have now got exploding 6s.
Yes, they do.
And +1 to hit.
Yes, they
and
do.
Typhus is nearby.
Yes.
So they've got real 1s to hit.
Yes.
So if they happen to be in range of anything, it's going to have a bad time.
I mean, it's still strength 4 bolters.
Okay. We've then got obviously the Poxwalkers. Typhus, the big lad himself, is there. A little bit of a fallback onto the objective situation over here.
Yeah, just chilling. I know you can come in turn 2 with deep strike, because I do believe I have deep strike.
I do.
You do.
20 men.
I'm scared. The sky.
Willem Dafoe's looking up like...
Oh my god. But yeah, so I know you can come round there. You could probably kill the Poxwalkers and stuff like that. That's fine. The home objective, I'm not too bothered about. Just to let you know, guys, these Poxwalkers here are doing the spread restriction.
You're going to take some more wounds
I'm going to take some more wounds on camera.
Right.
I've been saving it.
There we go.
6 ups. Nope, so 3 of them die.
Yes. Now, speaking of Poxwalkers, you did manage to regrow some, didn't you?
Yes.
So Tom did what he always does. He did the Dead Walk again.
Dead Walk again.
And, I mean, on average, you may get like 4... You know, maybe if you're lucky 5, but you know,
like
Tom,
3, 4, 5. Back.
Tom gets 6 back every time. 90% of the time, he gets 6 back every time. So you literally, just so you guys know, over the course of 2 games and him using that stratagem 3 or 4 times, he has, I mean, at least 4 times, he's now got 6 back every single time.
In the other game I played with a gentleman at the club, I kept getting all of them back.
Oh,
7. And he was like, how are you not dropping me? I was like, Nurgle loves me.
Dude, Nurgle does love you. I know you think of yourself as a Custodes player, but I think the more you play the Nurgle boys, I think we might see you descend down the path of chaos, man. You're going to achieve that demon
the
hood.
villain arc of trade.
Yeah, after because you actually got really frustrated with your Custodes at one point, didn't you?
So my I go to tournaments all the time. I love playing in tournaments. Shark tanks, I always think they're fun, but it got to a certain point with Custodes where I was like, I'm taking my army, which I'm trying my hardest with, and it's very either competitive, funless, whatever, and I'm just not having a good time because everyone does things better than me. And
you can't afford to lose a model. You can't make a mistake. You make a mistake, you fail. So what I'm saying is, with your Death Guard, I've said this on stream, man, they seem very natural to you. And obviously Nurgle is encouraging you because he's like, 6 Poxwalkers back, 7 Poxwalkers back. He's encouraging you, man.
Well, you've seen me play Soviets in bolt action. This is what
Yeah, Tom, you need to know what the down order does. But anyway, that's a different game system.
Different story.
So what Tom did is he did Dead Walk again. He got 6 Poxwalkers back. That did cost him his stratagem, CP, because you don't, in this mission, guys, you only get a CP if you're holding a no man's land objective. But then he strung the Poxwalkers out, ended up on an objective, which meant that he got a CP. So he spent a CP.
He's in the command phase.
Yes.
Do it, so.
He spent a CP to gain a CP, so it cost him nothing, and he got 6 months back for free. It's just free real estate, baby. It's free real estate. So that's your movement phase.
Yes.
Your shooting, I imagine, is going to be diabolically quick. Yes, but you do have a psychic phase first. So we'll be back in just a moment with that. Okay, we are into the Death Guard psychic phase. What are we starting with?
I am starting with -1 of Pestilence.
Ah, very good. Warp charge of 6, -1 to hit, I believe.
On the centre Poxwalker squad surrounded by Typhons.
Centre Poxwalker squad.
Yes, so if you flank me and shoot into me, at least I've got a bit of
stuff going on.
Yes, so this goes off on a 6.
There's a fail. Do you want to use your CP
I'm
here?
alright with failing that one. So Putrescent Vitality is next. This is being cast by the Malignant Plague Con.
This is a warp charge of 7.
7? Oh, perils.
It's a perils. You won't die from it.
No.
So is it worth it?
Yes.
Ooh, the big 3.
So I believe this guy would be on 1 wound remaining.
Ooh, big oof.
Big oof.
Right,
Big
we'll
oof.
put the little dice next to
I'll
him.
check it. I'll check it though, because he might have 5, but I'm pretty sure.
Most Nurgle things do have an extra wound and stuff like that.
So it goes off.
Was that on this unit?
Yeah.
That's really big, guys, because that takes them to toughness 5, which means a lot of my shots that were wounding them on 4s are now wounding them on 5s.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Psychic Interrogation from Typhus onto the nearest character over there.
That would be my command squad, and you should easily be within 24-inch range. We will.
I did measure it.
You did measure it? Okay, well then
So,
we'll do it live.
Yes, so this goes up on a 5 or a 6.
It's a 4, I think.
Is
It's
it a 4?
super
Really?
low, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
There
you go.
I beat your thing, so I gain a CP.
You gain a CP. Look at that.
Hey,
Very nice.
there we go.
Very, very nice.
Sweet. And then I'm going to cast. It's actually quite interesting because I'll cast Rotwing on the what wing?
What wing?
Rotwing. Rotwing.
Come on, words. Use your words. Use your words.
I'm getting Nurgle
Blah, 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 blah.
Rotwind on the nearest Valkyrie to me.
Okay.
This has a warp charge of 6, and it'll reduce AP my.
I remember in the last codex, like every Nurgle power had a warp charge of like 7, and it was so hard for them to get anything off. But the designers were like, yeah, but 7's Nurgle's number, and the plague was like, please, God, I just can't get any psychic powers off.
So it's slightly reduced sense of vitality. It's really good, but it is a warp charge. So is that a perils?
No. That's the perfect smite roll if you were doing smite.
Smite.
So this is
that is not available on the cards.
Yeah.
That is Rotwind. I'll just chuck a dice next to
less AP.
Yes, AP by 2.
Right.
Onto the thing. I don't know how effective it is, but it's
It's pretty good. It means I've got no AP on any of the guns now, which is nice. Even the rockets.
That's all right, mate. That's all right. And then yes, Curse of the Leper is 18 inches. It's over there, so I'm gonna measure it. I don't even know if I'm in range, to be honest, of this guy. Ooh. Now it depends. Oh, sorry, I just nudged him forward there. Depends whether I have to be in range of like this thing.
No, it's the whole. But are you over the edge of your base?
So my base is here. No,
you're just out.
Over. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cast Curse of the Leper.
This is how he beat me last time, guys. He was out of ninjas on. He was taking dice out. He was like, this. He was doing a full TJ. Anyway.
Do you know what? Somebody's going to go through that battle report and go, I calculated everything moves. And I've seen that Tim and Tom also, like, it's going to add, like, loads of, like, different fucking metrics to it. It's going to be, actually, Tim won by 87 points because, like, some fucking...
Yeah, the cogitator said so. Yeah.
But, that's the end of my psychic phase. Moving on to the shoosting phase.
Okay, we'll be back in a moment with the shoosting. So there are only 3 Blight Lords that are actually in range of this Torok. So it will be 12 bolter shots.
It's not. It's going to be 8 bolter shots and 2 Blight Lords.
Okay.
Suit you, sir.
All right.
So yes, these are hitting on 2s, exploding 6s, rerolling 1s.
Very nice. 1.
Ooh,
Good job.
Ones.
Good job.
So rerolling.
So you have dropped 1.
Mm-hmm. I've just taken that out, haven't I?
Exploding 6s. There is a 6 in there.
Yes.
So the one that you dropped comes back. Hey, look, you're a Scion. You're a Scion, baby.
I'm a Scion.
You're a Scion, Harry.
Love me now.
You're a Scion, Harry. And a thumping good in I wager.
And then 5s.
5s to wound.
5 to wound, yeah.
Okay.
That's not as good. And they're not plague weapons, so I don't get any rerolls. That was a knock of the dice. So that's just 1 wound, AP nothing, mate.
So this would normally be a 3-up, but Toroxes come with the armoured rule inbuilt.
Oh.
So every other guard vehicle, I think, apart from 1 or 2, you have to spend 5 points for armoured tracks to get them armoured. Toroxes come with it inbuilt. It's one of the little perks you get. What armoured does is it gives you essentially like
+1 armour save.
+1 armour save against damage 1 weapons only. I imagine you are damage 1.
Presume
so. I've built this up now to be on a 2-up. You know I'm going to roll a 1, don't you? Hey! The Commissar approved. All right, so we're all right.
And then the Blight Launcher, 2 shots.
This is damage 2, isn't it? So I won't.
Yeah, exploding 6s.
Oh, try again. Okay.
Okay, 1 hit. And it is strength 6.
So you 4s. I am relatively fragile.
Hey, AP minus
I think it's at least
2.
I think it's 2, yeah. That's okay, I'll pass anyway.
Saved it either way.
Just roll 6s, bro.
Just
there
roll
we go.
6s, just roll 6s. And believe it or not, that is the end of my shooting
What about
phase.
these guys?
I can't. Oh wait, I can shoot the Valkyrie. Can't
You
I?
can shoot the fly. What's the range
I
of
forgot.
a
It's a plague.
12?
12 inches.
Check it. Do it live. Measure it up.
What do I have to do? I have to account vertically as well.
I believe it is to either the whole lot. You're in range.
So if it's that, then it's fine. If it's this, then it's just that.
I reckon it's the hole you have to measure to. It'd be kind of crazy if you were measuring to the base and the wings are so big. So I'll give it to you. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll deal with it.
So, D6 shots.
Hey, not bad.
5 shots.
It should be D6 plus 1, and then if you roll 6, you get Nurgle's number. Just saying.
Yes.
GW, write that down.
Write it down. Write it down. And then this is strength. I believe this is strength 6.
Okay,
so
I'm done with 7.
Quickly.
Is it strength 7?
I very much doubt it.
Okay.
Because it's a plague spewer. I think it's strength 6. If it's strength 5, it's going to be 5.
It's 5 is what I mean. If it's not strength 7, you might as well roll it.
I'll do it live. I'll check right now, everybody. I'm sure people are going.
Talk amongst yourselves back home.
It's 6, my lord. Don't worry about it.
Need more food, my lord.
Is... Oh no, it's not. I'm completely wrong. It's that guy who's strength 6. It's Oh wait, no. I'm right. Never mind.
Jesus Christ!
I read the wrong.
I can feel myself aging.
It's strength 5, AP minus 1. Come on.
Okay, so after all that,
After all that, it's 5.
it was 5s.
Oh no.
AP. I fail. There you go.
1 damage, baby.
1 damage is all I need.
Go.
All right.
Let's go.
Is that your shooting?
That is almost shooting.
Is that your turn?
That is, yes, that is my turn. I can't charge anything, so let's go to Astra Militarum, turn 2.
Turn 2, baby! So end of Scion command and movement phase, turn 2. Couple of little bits to catch. We didn't bother mentioning them as we were going through turn 1. We thought we'd mention them at the beginning of turn 2. I had forgotten to move this Taurox onto my objective for the beginning of turn 2. I did actually declare that off camera and then just totally forgot to do it when I was doing the turn summary. So we just moved it over there. And likewise, Tom had to do a morale test on these Plague Marines. And the reason there was only 3 of them in his turn is because one of them did run away. So just a couple of little bits in case you guys were wondering how those things have ended up where they have ended up. Now going into the actual turn 2 bits, I jumped out of my Taurox with my command squad and my infantry here, and I gave the big squad the Remain Vigilant order, which means that Tom will not be able to bring his Death Shrouds in within 12 inches of my Scions. Likewise, I did something similar over here. So my front line is actually relatively deep strike free. If he wants to come in here, he can do. His only viable target is going to be that Taurox, which is not a bad target, but you know, that is it. And yeah, that is basically, otherwise he's going to have to start deep striking back around here. Now, speaking of deep striking near the back, I did bring in one of my units of reserves down here, and I moved my Valkyries up here. The reason for that is I wanted to be able to make sure that I can clear Tom off his backfield objective, whilst at the same time clearing off these little scraplet units as well. My goal for this turn is very simple. I just want to clear those guys, and I just want to kill these guys. Everything else, I don't really mind. I just don't want to get near it. I just don't want to let Tom get close to me. I'm playing this very differently to the last game. Last game, I was like, we're going all in, we're going hard, we're going fast, we're going to see how it goes. The Armageddon way, we live by the saddle, die by the saddle. And in this game, it's like, no, the Scions are playing a lot more cagey, a lot more tactical. He's learning. I think
So during the movement phase, actually, for about half an hour, I was telling Tim, I was like, if you shoot these, I'll get to you. If you move here, I'll get to you. You need to be like 20 something inches back.
Yeah.
Because essentially, if he kills any of the boxwalkers in the 2 big units, I'm going to go, great, dead walk again, I can string him out and then go, unleash the horde.
Yeah.
I'm into you. And it's like, so basically Tim said to me off camera, he's like, I don't think I'm going to be shooting those 2 big units of poxwalkers this time. Because obviously with the poxwalkers, you need to make sure you clear the entire unit
Yeah.
Otherwise, as you'll see in the last battle report, if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it.
Yeah.
It was a big issue for Timothy.
Yeah, I do want to clear them, but I'm also last time I think I focused on them too much, and this time I'm clearing out other little bits at the same time, being a little bit more equal with my firepower. Yeah. So that is my movement and my command phase. My shooting is going to be a bit less, but my targets I desire to kill are going to be a bit less too. So we'll go straight into the shooting phase now. One of the last thing to mention is I did do retrieve Nachman data with the command squad in that table quad, and it all went very well. And now we are going to go into the shooting, and I'm going to start with the Scions as is tradition. These two Scion squads, they can only see, and they are only in range of the Poxwalkers there. Now we're going to fight. I'm not going to overcharge, even though it would mean I'd be wounding you on 3s. I think I've got enough firepower to deal with it. So the first squad getting maximum shots because of Drill Commander. 4 hits, no rerolls. I've only hit on 3s now. And it is 4 wounds. Now, those are going to be 4 saves, and you'll be... Do you want me to grab you some dice, dude?
Yes, please.
Oh, little bit of live action. There we go. Now, these are just 6 ups. There's no 2 damage here, because I didn't overcharge. 4 saves, 4 feel no pains.
Okay. Nope, 4 dead.
4 dead. We've then got the 2 volley guns coming in. Ooh, that's nice. I'll re-roll that one. It's cocked. Okay, that's a miss. That's a miss, but it will be 4 more hits thanks to exploding 6s. So we ended up with more shots than we fired. Just as planned. Perfection. Now, I'll only be wounding you on 4, so it's only 1, 2, 3. So only 3 wounds. Yeah, this is being tough to 4 on Poxwalkers really does mess my a lot of my Scion firepower up. But we did kill 3, so that's 7 in total. Yes. And then we've got the riffles, of which there will be 10. I should have gained a CP, by the way. I don't know if we've bothered with it, but we'll get that off camera.
Yeah, you've got a CP.
That's fine.
It's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Ooh, lots of misses. Lots of misses.
Whiff.
Big old whiff, but fortunately I do get one of those back in because it's an explosion. And of course, I do have a second squad to back this up as well. Un wound. I should get a reroll from my banner. Nope. Un wound. So that is
2.
Nothing.
So 8 in total.
8 in total. And then the second squad, all hit with an explosion. And then all wound. All wound. 5. I think there's like 2 left or something. Oh, no, there's a few left in that one.
There's 11, so it'll be 3, I believe.
Okay.
3 left. That is all of them dead, I believe.
I think it was just 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it was 11. Yeah, yes. It was 11. So that is that squad dead from the 2 sound squads there. All right. I think the next thing I need to do is fire some Torx Primes and some Plague Marines. Okay, the first Torx Prime going into the Plague Marines. Let's see what we get. 1 miss, 2 miss. No Stormtroopers. Sad times. And then we'll be wounding on 5. This is the tricky bit. 1, 2 wounds, Tom. This will be at AP minus 1. So you will be on 3 up there. You'll be fine.
AP minus 1?
Yeah.
It will be, what, in them?
Oh, wait, you... you're hiding behind the cover. Yes, you'll be on a 2 up.
Is it not a 4?
No, I'm hitting you with AP 1 for now. Yes. And so you'll be arm contempt and then in cover, so you'll be on a 2 up.
Oh,
Look at that. He's having a great time.
Okay, yes, 2 ups. I failed over them anyway.
Jesus Christ.
That's 1 dies.
Okay. I tried, dear viewers. I do try.
It is try.
I think he was trying to give himself a worse save.
No, because I was confused because I was like, is that not exposed? Because like.
No, I was saying like and I'm shooting you from the side, dude. I'd definitely be hitting you.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it's obviously it's a bit of narrative cover, but I'm saying if you're crawling around the back of a bloody Lehman Rush, you're getting.
You're hugging a Lehman.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do not believe. Can you just double check if I was in rapid fire range? So it would be.
Would it be 12 inches?
I think it's a 15-inch rapid fire range with the Torx Prime.
I believe so. Yeah. This one.
Yes, I would have been when I first started my shooting.
So,
yes, that's fine. which means I will get 12 hotshot volley gun shots. Alright. Apologies for a bit of the amateur camera work there. We were just checking a few things online. On live, I should say. Live. God, I wish I got exploding sixes. GW, GW, believe all the people online that says signs are shit and give them exploding sixes and everything. Guard these buffs. Guard these buffs. 2 more wounds. Now these will be at AP DOS, so you will be on 3-ups this time.
Ooh, pass one. Damage?
Just one.
Just one, so one's on a wound.
One's on a wound. And then it will be the next Gatling gun, and we shall rinse and repeat. So there's 5 there, 12 there. Yeah. Oh, miss. God, I miss old. I do like new Scions, but I do miss the old Scions. I used to give you rerolls on your vehicles and stuff if you use the right Warlord trait. I'll reroll that because it was drop dice. Just the one. 2-up save.
Hey.
It's okay. And then the next volley gun.
A volley.
Trying to pick up dice one-handed is an exercise in great frustration for both you, viewer, for watching me do this very badly, and for me personally. Righto, take those out, and then 2.
2 more wounds.
Now these will be at AP DOS, so you'll be on 3-ups. Hey, he's all right. So 2 torques. See, I thought it'd be tricky. 2 torches were only able to kill a Plague Marine and a half. So I'm going to think about what my next lot of firepower is going to be. So the first Valkyrie here is going to do everything it's got into those Plague Marines. So we're going to fire the rocket pods. 7 shots. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not great. Not terrible. 3.6. All right. Let's see how many hits we get. Oh, it's a good hit. Rockets on target. Rockets on target.
Stay on target.
Stay on target. Use the rockets, Luke.
It came from behind.
Okay, so that's 3 wounds. Ooh. Now, I'd say you got Ungai in cover and Ungai out of cover.
Yeah, so the guy out of cover is taking the wound.
So this will be 4-ups. So one at a time.
Boom.
He's okay.
Boom.
He's dead.
He's dead, and the other one is
3-up because he's still got his base tucked under. He's hiding under the rust at that point.
It's like, no.
Not like this.
The plague god.
All right, so now we've got the heavy blotters. Miss. And then we've got the heavy blotters. Ooh, that is 3 wounds. And these will be at your 2-ups, technically, yes.
Hey, there we go.
Tough times. And then we've got the multi-laser. Freaking Valkyries with freaking lasers on their head. It will be 2 wounds. These will also be 2-ups. Yes.
Hey.
Yes. So there's a single Plague Marine left alive. What I'm going to do now is have a little think. Okay, so we are going to shoot the squad that has deep struck in this turn. I'm splitting fire. I'm doing a plasma pistol and 2 Mauser guns into the sorcerer here, because there's only 2 poxwalkers there, so he can't benefit from lookout, sir. I'm then going to put the 2 plasma guns and all the other little bits into this Plague Marine here. I've still got 1 full Valkyrie left as well. So the plasma pistol into the malignant man. I'm not going to overcharge. There's no point. I get the hit. I get the wound. Come on, buddy. This will be -3, so -1 overall.
Oh,
and he is gone. No, this man.
Okay, sweet.
So the 2 Mauser guns are wasted. Now, the 2 plasma guns are only going to get 1 shot each because I'm not in rapid fire range. I get 1 hit, and I get 1 wound. Now, you will be on a 4-up against this, good sir.
Who's this on again, sorry?
This is on the Lone Plague Marine now.
The mace wielder. The
mace.
flail man.
Ew. Hey, now, I'll have 5 Scions in there, which with their rifles. No, I'm not getting the exploding 6s that I was kind of banking on. He very well may live tonight.
He's going to watch his death.
Nothing. All right. That is the Scion squad. I got the Plaguecaster, which is big. I do really want to kill that last Plague Marine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go straight into it. I'm going to put the heavy bolters and the multi-laser here, and the rocket pods into him, because the rocket pods will put him down onto a 3-up save. All right. Rocket pods. It's just 6 shots. Okay.
Guessing these are 5s.
These, in what regard?
Wounds.
No.
Or what strength?
These are 3s.
3s, okay, sweet.
3s and 3s, followed by 3s for you.
3s.
Well, statistical so far.
Was it 4?
And just 2 3-up saves.
Okay, I'm going to take these one at a time.
For dramatic effect.
And also in case I want to CP it.
Okay.
Saves.
Doesn't matter then. Hey, he's done good. So then we've got the heavy blotters into the epoxies. Just 3 hits. Okay, now these will be 3s to wound.
His hands are shaking. That's
Knees weak, arms are sweaty. Scholar spaghetti on his sweater already. 2 saves, and these are damage 2. So you need to, and they need to reroll that 6. No.
Ooh.
So
that's 2 poxies.
That's the 2 remaining poxwalkers dead. But he is going to live. He is going to live. So we'll do the rest of the sound shooting off camera. We've just got some basically long range Taurox plinking into him, and then that will be my turn. And after the 2 Taurox Primes had finished firing all of their guns, the Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons, had only taken 2 wounds. So that is my turn. I was just slightly under what I wanted to achieve. I really did want to wipe out that last Plague Marine. He is a mace man, so he'll actually be quite effective.
I was calling him mate. It's actually a flail. I think we're both just...
It's a flail.
You know what?
He's a flaily friend.
You get so much like verbal verbiage wrong that everyone's like angrily.
Well, you know, you can't take these things for granted. So that is the end of my turn 2. I've got 3 boots on the ground points. I've got some R&D points, and I have got some no prisoners. I'm doing very well on no prisoners, in fact.
Yes.
Now, Tom, I didn't spend a CP that term because I.
You did.
Did I?
You spent 1 CP on.
I didn't do overcharged last cells. No, I said I've got a CP this turn. We'll get it off camera. No, it wasn't that I've spent a CP. I've got a CP. Yeah. So I've still got my CP, so I'll go up to 2 in your turn.
Yes.
Now, going into your turn 2, you will now be sitting on 2 objectives.
Yes, sir.
And there's no way for you to regrow your slimy tentacles onto a 3rd one.
I don't believe so.
But you could bring your men back if you wanted to.
I could.
Which might allow you to... Oh, no, because you have to be within 6 inches of... we'll check it. Basically, we'll go into Death Guard turn 2. They've still got... I've only been trimming the sides of the horde. They still absolutely have the main bulk of the damage. Just trimming the fat, trimming the putrescent fat. I have made it very difficult for Tom to try and get some charge off. Demon Prince is not in charge range. None of these things, even if he surges, will be in charge range. The only thing that he can really go for is maybe this Plague Marine into some Tauroxes, into maybe the squads down here. So we'll see what his plays are going to be. I am literally circling the beast, and just like Scions, I'm just literally one little cut at a time, lots of little scalpel cuts. I am carving him up. But will it be enough, or will the pure, just brute force of this list start showing its teeth? We'll be back at the end of Death Guard Movement and Command turn 2.
Yes.
The dead cometh again. I keep using that expression, but I do quite like it. The Death Guard are on the move. Starting off over here, the fly-based plague death channel. The Death Guard are on the march. The Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons,
has moved. The Prince of Demons.
Go on then.
The spreader of the plagues.
You've been very well behaved today. You've not had as many silly voices.
You know what? I've been very good today.
Been subdued.
I am.
That's what 2 hours and 35 minutes of sleep will do to you.
No, it's what. You know that bit where it's like, come on, honey, let's film a battle report. And it was like, yes, honey.
Yeah. Are you winning, Tom? So the Demon Prince, the
Prince of Demons.
There you go.
The spreader of Nurgle's feculence.
Yes, there you go. He has moved and he has advanced, and he's going to pop his relic. Now, we thought it was a weapon. Tis not a weapon.
It is not.
Tis just an ability.
Just an ability.
Which is very cool. So he's going to start spreading out dem mortal wounds.
Yeah. I will say this. So I advanced him going, I'll see what I get. I'll go into the cover, whatever. In fact, I might just shove him back into the cover because, I mean, he's within 6 of the Scions anyway.
It's fine, yeah.
But, yeah, so I was like, I'll advance him because obviously next turn I can maybe get onto the home objective if he's still alive. Probably not. But then I was reading the Codex and I was reading his relics. We were having a discussion about this, whether it's a grenade or not. And I went on the relics and it just says at the end of the movement phase,
pop it off.
6, you pop it off.
Pop it off.
Pop it off. So I'm going to do that. He's going to do hopefully some mortal wounds with his
pop it off. And his psychic powers.
So
yeah.
He'll get some work done today, hopefully.
Nice. Now we've also got the Poxwalkers. Now you did do the surge, didn't you? That's the 2 CP.
Yes, I believe I was at. Was I at 3 or 4 CP?
You were 3 CP at the beginning of this turn.
Okay, so I spent 2, so I'm at 2 CP then.
Yes.
I'll be at 2, and I can still regain 1 with psychic interrogation. It's just the Tallyman again hasn't paid off.
The Tallyman's let you down, but he did this last game, and then he got very clutch.
And then what did he do on turn 3?
He did not. He popped off, man. He did horrible things to me. I became a Poxwalker at that time. The Blight Lords, my favourite kind of Nurgle Terminator. Genuinely, I just think they're so much cooler than Death Shroud.
If you see them coming towards you, like, oh my god!
Give me the gun, I'll do it myself. So they've strung on to 2 objectives,
yes,
which is actually very difficult. I don't have a great deal that can deal with them, so that's interesting.
Yeah, the reason I did that is because I rolled in advance and I was like, right, they're either going to go forward, they're going to go back. I've got Death Shards that can go in the back objective. They rolled a 5, and I was like, mate, 2 of them can get on that. I think actually, yeah, 2 of them can get on that objective, and I can comfortably stay in like cohesion because somebody reminded us in the comments that you have to do your little
cohesion. Yes, cohesion
stuff.
Coherency is important.
Yes.
And then we've got these Poxwalkers here who will be spreading some sickness.
Yes.
And then there are some Death Shrouds in the back over there, guys. They are going to be plague spewing and try and get a long bomb charge.
No, they can't charge because it's 12 inch. They are within 12, so it's like it'll be a 12-inch charge essentially. Yeah. But they're there to just spew some plagues on the Scions behind them, so that then if these guys take some mortal wounds, these guys take some mortal wounds.
Fleeing vectors opportunities. Yeah. All right. Well, that is your and of course
Typhus,
big man himself
rolled a 5. Yeah, rolled a 5. So he moved 10 inches up. And he originally was over there. I spoke with him and said, actually, I'm going to move him up here. So
behind that wall.
Do Piscic and Delegation.
There we go.
The Demon Prince can only cast 1 psychic power because he's only a prince, he isn't a king.
He is not a Lord of Contagion like Typhus. He is merely a prince.
And again, the Foul Blight Spawn advance. Flail guy is behind there because he's going to try and get...
singular remaining Plague Marine.
He's going to try and do a 7-inch charge. It's 8, but to be within 1, it's 7. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's 7-inch charge, and he's staying behind the wall. I could have moved him into the wall to make it 6, but I don't want to get overwatched because Tim loves
I'll definitely do that, yeah.
And he loves rolling 6s.
I love me Overwatch, I do.
I love my god.
I love democracy. All right, so so that is your movement phase. We'll be back with your psychic phase. So just before psychic phase, we have to do this chap's relic. So how many dice do you get? 7?
Yes, we'll do the psychic phase on this in the
same time.
It's basically a psychic phase sort of thing. So 7 dice.
It's not. It's a movement phase, but
movement, psychic. Blah, blah, blah. So he's gonna do it on the Scions over here.
Yeah.
And it's 7 dice for 4 and 5. It's 1 mortal wound. And
6 is D3.
6 is D3. So
how much plague?
6
how much plague?
1
plus D3.
1 plus D3.
And the D3. Sweet. 2. Just 2. All right. Well, we'll take those 2 blokes out.
It's all right for me.
There we are.
Okay, Curse of the Leper now.
Just moving on from the end of the movement phase, Tom, into the psychic phase.
Yes. I believe Curse of the Leper is a warp charge 7.
I believe this is a warp charge 7.
7, yes.
Or it could be a 6, actually. Just roll it, see what you get.
Roll it, see what I get.
If you roll a 7 now,
yes,
that's okay.
This will be going to the Scions as well.
If you roll a 6 now, we'll have to be annoyed to have to check it. Oh, for fuck's sake.
We'll check it. We'll be back with
you. In a moment. It is a 6. I thought it was a 6 because the only one that I remember being a 7 is Putrescent Vitality.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was by process of elimination.
Yes. And just what I needed. Perfect.
Chef's
Beautiful.
kiss.
Chef's kiss. And these are toughness 3? 3, so I'd need 4, 5s and 6s for the mortal
wounds.
Have I got that right? Yes, don't want to cheat you.
Yeah.
7.
Another 3.
That is 3 mortal wounds.
Lost one man. Lost another man. And I'm gonna have to lose because I was sloppy with my disembarkation. I'm gonna have to lose a plasma. Okay, they are in the naughty corner.
Yes.
Now, any more side chick?
Side chicks?
Yeah.
I have loads of them.
Oh, yeah. Is that because you're a...
Don't tell me, wife. So I'm going to do strike interrogation.
Of course.
On the...
Command squad.
Command squad.
Typhus, who's hiding behind that wall, is going to cycling interrogate. This
Typhon.
he does.
He loves it, and I get a CP from that as well.
Very nice.
So that's 3 VP,
oh,
3
got
VP,
so many.
and a CP.
Wow, he's having a great time.
3 VP and a CP. 3
having a great time.
And a CP. 3 VP.
Big fish, little fish, cardboard box. All right, come on.
Okay. Yes. What other things does he know? Yeah, I think he has to be visible, and I don't think he's visible of anybody.
He didn't want to get shot.
No, he didn't. I don't think anybody wants to get shot.
Okay.
Well, I mean, ask a few people. And then I think that is the end of my psychic phase. That is all my piskets because the malignant plaguecaster has been unfortunately...
I killed him!
Unceremoniously put down.
Priority target sanctioned. Elimination protocol engaged.
So now we'll move on to the shooting phase, and there's not much shooting, so yes.
Tell you what, we'll do a summary of that. We're back in a moment.
Yes.
So the majority, in fact all of the Death Guard shooting went into the 10-man squad of Scions here. The single Plague Spitter did very well, even though I spent a CP for the Scion-specific stratagem Implacable Indoctrination. I believe that's what it's called. And what does it mean? You worsen the AP of enemy weapons by 1, but like Armor of Contempt, and they can't reroll wounds. The reason that is, I didn't want him to reroll his wounds as Plague Weapon. And then Tom just proceeded to roll really well, and I proceeded to roll very badly on my saves. And then the Blightlords came in and managed to finish a load more off. Yeah. So basically, I've got 2 Scions left, and that is the shooting for the old Death Guard. He's coming in.
I will say the reason why it was really good here is because it's 2 Plague Spitter gauntlets on the champion, and that was the only one in range. And over here, the tallyman did all his tallies and gave the guys with the blight launchers.
The buffs that they needed, like
the
bonus
6s, weapons. So even though they advanced and they'd be hitting on 4s,
actually on 3 still.
1 3s, so it was really nice. And I got 2 6s on it, so it's exploding. So it ended up killing.
It killed loads.
Killed nice. It was very very good.
It was very nice. So now it's the morale phase.
No.
No charge.
Actually.
I don't think you've got any charges.
I do have 1, but it's it would be a bit...
Oh, over here.
If I was to charge into those guys now and you don't fail that morale test,
then
I don't get 2 extra points because I've got flee.
If you charge them, kill them, you've only got 1 chance to make me fail on fleeing vectors, which probably isn't a great thing. So, are you going to go for the charge or not?
No, I'm not going to go for the charge.
Okay, so I'm going to see. We'll see if that was the right decision. I'm going to roll their morale first. They need a 1. Ah, very good. So you will get your fleeing vector. So 1 man runs, and the last man runs 2. The whole squad. So you have...
That was big, because you kept your 2 melter guns.
I kept 2 melter guns there, yeah. Now over here, I will also run. I lost 5. Plus 4 is 9. So I've got to do this twice. I've got more dice on me. What am I talking about? So there's 4 chaps left, and 2 more are going to run. So the Scions are... They're getting a bit scared.
They are superior in only one
respect.
Dying.
I think in this case it's fleeing. Yeah, it's fleeing. All right, so we'll remove those cowards from the field of battle. They clearly paid for their scholarships. They didn't actually go through the progedium. But we'll be back in a moment with the Scion turn 3. All right, Scion turn 3, a very, very important turn. I have decided to play it safe. I've decided that I was very tempted to be like, Kazakin, reserve Scions, drop in, let's rock, let's deal with these fucking Blight Lords. But my concern was that I couldn't deal with 10 Blight Lords and deal with the Death Shroud. And then the other Death Shroud are going to come in and counter drop me. And that's just not a good time for anyone. So I figured I could maybe kill like 5 Blight Lords, but it cost me 30 of my best infantry. No, not like this. No. Not like this. So what I decided to do is to keep playing the cagey game. So I've kept my Scions and my Castellan inside the Valkyries. I'm pretty certain they can take, any firepower Tom chucks at them. Yeah, and instead, I have in my command phase, I've marked up this unit of Poxwalkers with my Officer of the Fleet.
Marked for death!
Because unfortunately I can't target him because he's hiding behind the wall. And I've then done take aim on all of these units to try and deal with him. The 3 Torx Primes can also see him. And then I've moved forward back onto this objective. And I'm thinking if I can hold that and I can clear these Poxwalkers. I know, guys, know what you're saying. You're targeting Poxwalkers, Morden. What are you doing? If I can clear out all of these Poxwalkers, it means that if Tom does the Horde rises again, whatever it's called, and regrows 20 of them, there's only 20 of them. I can deal with 20 Poxwalkers easy peasy, but I've got to keep them at arm's length, and I've got to manage those Poxwalkers, because if I don't, and I shoot like a few Blight Lord Terminators, then all he's going to do is end up with 60 Poxwalkers at the beginning of his turn 3, and it's like, oh, well, we're back on turn 1 for me then, basically. So this turn, I'm going to manage the Horde, pick up a few little stray bits here and there, and we'll see where we end up. That's the plan, boys. We'll see if it pays off. All right, so that is in the command phase, like I said, take aim. I'm going for damage, but like I said, I'm trying to keep the Horde at bay. We will now go into the guard shooting phase. It's going to be a big one. If I didn't mention it, I did bring my unit of reserve Scions, the final unit of reserve, down here, and they are doing R&D, so I've done R&D 3 times. I'll be in 3 table quarters for boots, and I will continue to score no prisoners very nicely. Now, this turn, first thing I'm going to shoot with is this unit of Scions, and they are going to start trimming down this unit of Poxwalkers. So, we shall use our drill commander. We shall shoot our plasma. We're not going to overcharge it. We're going to risk it for chocolate biscuit. I don't want to kill my guys. I'm playing cagey. I know Typhus is there, but it's okay. Let's see how they do. All right, so we've got all the hits. No exploding 6s.
No explosions.
Oh, no! 1 wound with a reroll. Okay, 2 wounds. 2 wounds. It's okay.
And this is on...
Poxwalkers, 2 6-ups.
6 up, baby.
He's made 1, so we've killed 1. We've then got the...
Which one?
It's this squad here we're going for first.
Okay.
We've then got the hotshot volley guns. Okay, here we go. That's all hit and 2 exploding 6s. So we'll get those now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come on. Come on. Come on, boys.
Help me.
Help me, Obi-Wan Scion Obi. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just 6. 6 more saves on that Poxwalker unit. There's 19 left in there.
6 6s.
Okay.
So 5 more die?
5 more dead. So we've got 14 left in the squad. We've then got the riffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there's 10. 10 shots from the rifles there. Okay. Now, let's keep going. All hit, but no explosions. That's all right. That's all right. Now we're going to need 5s. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very nice. 7. There's 14 left, guys. There's 14 left. He's made none of them. There is only going to be 7 of them left now. So you're going to need to take this character off, because then it's going to affect how I do my job. Now, it depends if you want to try and deny me some shooting. You won't be able to deny me too much, because of course I've still got 2 Torx Primes, or if you want to try and hold that objective. So we'll give you time to think, and we'll be back in a moment. So that was the first squad that shot. Now we've got the second unit, and they can still see this little Poxwalker here, because there's 7 left. So now I'm going to shoot everything into them. Full Scion squad. Here we go. Right. I am ignoring any dents and all that kind of good stuff, thanks to the big banner. Oh, you were getting feel on paint, mate. you shouldn't have had any feel no pains.
Okay, so
that would have meant you would have lost 2 more, which could actually reduce my ability to see you. So we'll be back in a second. Good job we caught that. We'll be back in a moment.
I believe.
So Tom has done his best to try and remove a couple of casualties that are going to continue to make my shooting quite difficult, but I can see past the corner of the building, and you can see I've got my Scion squad strung out here, so I can still see him. So despite his best efforts, I will unleash the second full squad into the Pox Walkers. Let's just clear them off, boys. Right, 4 plasma. 1 miss, but goes back in because exploding 6s. And that's 2 wounds with a reroll. That is just 2 wounds. So you've got no 6-ups. That is just going to be 2 more dead. I'm going to remember the bullshit banner this time. And then we've got the volley guns. Volley guns! Okay, they all hit. And we get an extra one thanks to that 6. Then people say stormtroopers aren't that good. And then we are going to have wounding on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just for salt in the wound, 6. That other squad has been wiped off. Okay. Okay, so the Scions are going to try and deal with the Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons. Now, there's no need for us to overcharge anything here. We're just going to give him the business. Now, the first squad is going to fire its 2 plasma guns into his... Well, it's 1 plasma gun into him, double tapping. That will be 1 hit, thanks to take aim. And... it will not be a wound, sadly. We've then got a volley gun in there as well. That will only be 2 hits, but I will get an exploding 6 from it. And then we have got a wound on him. 1 wound on your Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons so far. That will be your invulnerable save and 1 damage, so we'll keep going. And then we have a plasma pistol. It will hit. And it will wound. So you've got 2 wounds there now, Tom, from that first squad. Okay, get a couple of your dice. Come over here. It will be your straight up invuln save, demon save, I imagine. 2 demon saves.
Demon save, to quote Chef and Beard. Yes. I'm sorry I like quoting tabletop tactics.
It's okay.
So 5 ups. Ooh,
take 1. Feel that pain.
What's the damage on this?
Just un.
Un.
He does feel the pain.
He feels it.
He feels it. Okay.
He feels it.
We've got another squad coming in here now. Double tapping plasma. That's big. That is big. All right.
You're not overcharging?
There's no point. So I'm just going to get a couple of dice together and we'll be back in a second. Okay, so now we need to wound. 3 wounds. I keep rolling 2s. 3 wounds. 5 ups followed by 5 ups. 5 up feel invulnerable save, 5 up feel no pain.
Hang on.
Come on, Mr. Tired.
5 up.
You stopped 1.
Stops 1. 5 ups.
No, taking 2. So you should be down to 4.
Fear.
We then have a plasma pistol. That is a hit. Plasma pistol. That is a wound. Okay, the fastest plasma pistol in the West. 1 5 up followed by a 5 up. Oh, try again.
What else have you got to shoot at him?
Melter gun and a couple more squads.
So 5 up. Ooh.
No, takes 1 more wound. Down to 3. We then have 2 hotshot rifles. They all hit and an explosion. And then 6s. With a reroll. No. Un wound. 5 up, 5 up. These are all -3, 1 damage. No. Yes. Hey. So he's still on 3 wounds. All right, the melter. Come on, get a 6, you salty bastard. No! Gets a miss. We've then got the command squad, which is going to fire its melter gun. Come on. Oh, at least it's a hit. I'm going to use my CP. I don't like using them on wound rolls, but there we go. Oh, again, every time. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 hotshot rifles from that squad. That will be... They're only hitting on 3s, but they will get an explosion. 4 in total. 2 wounds, though. Not bad. 2 wounds. 2. So you're still on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fivs.
No.
Misses. What else have you got?
A Cajun Shot Trooper squad with plasma matter.
Okay. Fibs.
Stops 1, so he's down to 2. The las pistol from the Officer of the Fleet. Hits. Doesn't wound.
Right, if he got like murked by a las pistol, I'm like, right.
Alright, Gating Shock Trooper Plasma. 2 hits. They don't get exploding 6s though. Gating Shock Trooper Plasma. 1 wound. 5 up, followed by 5 up. Yes.
Ooh, it,
the Melter. It is a hit. The Melter. It's a 1, but it gets to reroll thanks to the banner. It is a wound. This is a 5 up. So, this is 5 up, Tom. This is a 5 up. Invulnerable.
Yes.
No.
CP.
No.
Okay, so
Damage is 2 because you reduce it by 1, and I'm not in Melter. I don't think I'm in Melter range. I'll double check. One second. Just remembered I should have got 6 to hit auto wound, but we'll come back to that later. Just 2 5 feel no pains, Tom, to try and keep him alive. Oh, he's got 1. He's got 1. He's on a single wound left.
A single wound.
We've now got the auto gun. Will the Tommy gun finish him off?
Finished off Trajan.
Finished off Trajan. He's not got it yet. And then we have 1 wound. 1 wound. It's AP minus 1.
It's only a 4 up.
It's a 4 up.
50-50. Hiya! Ooh,
Oh,
there we go.
he's done it.
Nice.
Right, we then have 7 laser guns. Now these will be in rapid fire range. So I've got 7 dice here, and I'll get another 7 in just a second. All right, here we go. Can the las guns finish off the Demon Prince? Okay, we've got 2 auto wounds in there. We've got 4 misses, but Cadians do get exploding 6s on las guns, so 2 of those get added back in. So we're going to put those 2 wounds to one side to represent your auto wounds, and then we're going to try and fish for some more wounds here. Tell you what, Tom, do me a favor. Put those dice in my hand. Infect them with your traitorous DNA.
Traitorous stamp. Oh.
I'll do a reroll. So 3 rerolls from the banner. I've got 1 more dice that fell out of my hand, guys. Nope. Reroll this one. Nope. 1, 2, 3. 5 wounds. 5 at minus 1.
4 up saves.
4 up saves.
Oh. Is this las guns?
Laser guns.
Laser.
Always the trusty laser guns.
What? Pass.
He's okay. He's okay.
Pass.
I'm not happy.
Pass.
Oh.
Pass.
Oh.
Fail.
Oh. He's used the CP already. A single 5 up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
A single 5 up. Feel no pain. Hey! He's still going. All right, Torx Prime.
What you got?
All right.
I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no, but I'm gonna get him. So I need to fire a Torx Prime into him now. We're gonna put everything into him. Gatling gun. Ho. Yep. A few misses there. Okay, I was hoping to have these Gatling guns to help clear the Poxwalkers, but fuck it, I'll do it myself. All right, here we go. 1, 2 at AP minus 1.
4 ups again.
No.
Oh, fails it.
Feel no pain? Fails it.
No, wait, it was 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, so you failed 2
saves.
saves.
2 saves, so 2 5 ups.
Okay.
5 ups!
No. He is got. We did take an extra prime, which is very helpful because considering this Poxwalker Horde is on my next thing on my agenda. All right, the Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons, has gone. What we'll do now, guys, is we will fire the Valkyries and the 2 remaining Torx Primes off camera, and we'll be back when the dust has settled. And after Broken Arrow had been called in on those Poxwalkers, not a single one was left alive. The 2 Valkyries were actually able to cut them down to just 6. I've been really impressed with their firepower. In the last codex, they were like, okay, they'd like harass a little bit here and there. They now genuinely do damage, especially when you're getting maximum shots from their blast weapons. The first one killed... it was like 8 or 9. It was just the perfect amount to let the next one still get maximum shots on its blast missiles. And then this little Torx Prime here was in range to just finish the last ones off. I actually did have a spare Torx Prime, but he was unable to do any damage to this guy here. He fired everything, and Tom just made a bunch of saves, which is very nice. Ironically, he made a bunch of 6-up saves here.
Yes.
When he would have really helped if he had those on all those Power Poxwalkers.
It was 1 6-up. If I made 1 more 6-up or something like that.
You might... No, because there was quite a bit, yeah.
Sorry. My bad, I'm remembering.
But you were like, you got like no 6-ups on the Poxwalkers, and then like this guy's like, oh, I've got like 5 saves. He just went 5 6-ups. It's like, where was that earlier? Over here, the 2 Torx Primes here that hadn't fired yet. It took one of them to kill the lone Plague Marine, because I don't want to leave Tom with any little scraplets. And then the other one was able to chip a singular wound off Typhus, and that was all she wrote. So I have eliminated all of the Poxwalkers. I have eliminated all of the Plague Marines, but I haven't even touched the Terminators yet. Now, I'm not so worried about these ones. For example, they can hold 2 objectives and do not much else. They might be... Tom's looking at me with some raised eyebrows. These guys are probably just going to sit holding this objective for a lot of the game. But the remaining 3 Death Shrouds in reserve are going to be a problem, because I didn't remain vigilant this turn, guys. Which means if Tom wants to go for some aggressive maneuvers, he absolutely can do. But and also, of course, he will be bringing 20 Poxwalkers back. How many times do I have to teach these Poxwalkers this bloody lesson? It's so awesome. I love it. But at least he hasn't been able to do the Dead Walk again, like every turn, to get like an additional 6 back. You've only used it once this game, and you don't have an opportunity to use it this time. So there's a likelihood, unlike last time where you got to use like 4 turns in a row, because I was struggling. I kept struggling, man. In this game, at least, when I've wiped them out, when I've targeted them, I've wiped them out to, I would say a man, but to a fetid bloody slave of Papa Nurgle. That is my turn 3. We are going into Tom's turn 3. This is, I think turn 3 is the big turn for both players. Yes. I think, depending on how this goes for Tom, he either is going to pull himself back, not only into the game, but very much potentially into the lead, or it could be where things start slipping away from him. We shall see. We're going into Death Guard turn 3. And the Death Guard are pulling out all of the shenanigans. The Death Shroud have dropped in here, and the dead have marched forth once more. The once per game stratagem has been used, and a full block of 20 have been brought back on the board. Tom finally threatening the backfield of the Scions. He's hoping to try and get a charge off on that Taurox, which will allow him to take that objective off me there. The Death Shroud, in combination with Big Chungus himself, Typhus, are going to try and clear me off this objective here. And then for the coup de grace, he is going to try and take this objective off me using his Blight Lords. So whilst he is very thin on the ground, he is still, the old grease and the old joints are still going all right. And he is actually doing quite a lot of maneuvers. Predictably, he's just going to camp that objective with some Death Shroud and a Plague Surgeon.
I'm going to spread the sickness over here.
And he's spreading the sickness over there with one of his cats. My Valkyrie's just getting in the way. That is the Tallyman. Tallyman who has failed to tally anything this game. So, how many mortal wounds are you taking?
I need to do that, don't I? 3, so he's on 1 wound.
He's on 1 wound. That is kind of spicy. Not going to lie.
I've been doing it wrong this whole game. I've just been taking 3 mortal wounds and all the Poxwalkers. So I'm like, okay.
I thought you had to take 3 mortal wounds to guarantee it
so
off.
No. So you
can do it without taking any, but it's a 4+.
I'm pretty sure it's you roll a d3. That's how many mortal wounds you take. Or if you want it to just go off, it's a 4 up on a dice. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't think it's really mattered. But really, it is kind of funny. Nurgle's just been like, too many blessings on these Poxwalkers. So that is the movement phase. In the command phase, of course, the Blight Lords continue to receive the buff, so they now have +1 to hit and the exploding 6s. Yes. And is that everything?
That is pretty much everything. It's just on to the Mystic powers now.
Oh, Psychic, of course.
Yes.
So what are you going to do for your Psychic? Do you know what to do? Do you want to go straight into it? Because you've only got Typhus, you've not got Demon Prince.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do
Of course.
On that.
He has managed to get that off.
Goes off. I don't get the CP though.
You do not get the CP. You are
really annoying.
Did you need that?
Annoying. I was gonna do a little bit of a
shenanigan.
Trickle of spice there.
Okay.
So he is going to cast. What powers does he know again?
He doesn't know Curse of the Leper.
No. He knows...
The one that makes my AP worse.
Yeah, he knows that one. So he's just going to cast Smite.
Oh, very nice. D3?
Is that a...
No, you need 11.
I don't do Psychic.
He doesn't do Psychic.
3 mortal wounds.
It's the big 3 though, and don't forget you have been doing the occasional mortal wound to me.
Yeah.
We might not have mentioned it on camera, guys, but Tom has been.
Destroyer Hive.
Yes, the Destroyer Hive has melted the face off 2 guys over a couple of turns. So now there's only a 5-man squad there. Mm-hmm. That is what you need to try and keep you in the game. All right. So that is your Psychic.
That's
it.
Piscic
I've done quite well at trimming down the old Psychic. Yes. So we'll be back with the shooting. I tell you what, as per tradition, we'll do a.
The host of the Destroyer Hive is D3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
So I'll roll it, and obviously if it's a 1, then you've already taken the guy off.
Oh, okay.
Not anymore.
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
Okay. It's all right. The dice gods have let us be right on that. Worries. So we'll go into your shooting phase, and as per the tradition, we shall do a summary turn for the Death Guard. Yeah. But yeah, let's be back once those storm bolts have let fly. Mm-hmm. At the end of the Death Guard shooting, they did a respectable amount of damage. The Death Shroud Terminators, just over there, fired their plague weapons into the Valkyrie and did a wound.
A single wound.
Then this man, who I have genuine PTSD and nightmares, he haunts my dreams. Just like, oh, I'm going to get a casual 5 shots, man. It's about 5 sounds. So yeah, he killed 5 sounds there, which is actually really big because that was a full squad and I had big plans for them. But such is life. And then over here, the Plaguey boys were able to kill 3 Scions from here. By the way, we forgot about Typhus's Shamble Rot. Tom has just derided this thing from the beginning.
Honestly,
and actually killed a guy, so that's pretty good.
I've been getting it confused with
Destroyer Hive. He's been combining 2 things.
They're both the same thing. So if you have
enraged,
you can get like D6 mortal wounds, and it's like, okay, combine it into 1 ability maybe. You
somehow I'm winning.
Petulant pussballs.
Yeah. And then all the bolters went into here. And actually the bolters only did 1 wound, but the blight launchers, the difference between like, oh, I'm armored on a 2+ save and oh shit, it's a blight launcher is massive. Now, I just want to take a moment here I want you all to put nice things in the comment section for Tom, because at this stage in the day,
I've been making up strategies.
2 hours 35 minutes. 2 hours 35 minutes, boys. That's going to become a new saying on the channel, like 19 custodians at 1 turn,
way,
3 to morale.
We were doing the shooting phase, and I was like, I've got this stratagem which makes AP plague weapons AP -4, and he's like, okay.
I've never heard of that before.
And then I was like, yeah, and I showed him, it's in the fight phase.
No, it's even better than that, guy. Even better. He was like, so I've got the stratagem that's going to make all of my Blightlord Terminators AP -4, and I was like,
no,
really? No, wait. He went, really? And he's like, yeah, and I went, but it's only 1 CP, but if it's on the plague weapons, it's 2 CP. I was like, why would you make the majority of the weapons better? That was what made us pause. And we checked, he was like, okay, so firstly, none of that was true. And secondly, it was for the fight phase.
I was like rolling dice to see how many shots I got, and I was being really slow. Tim's going, are you okay?
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Are you okay, hun?
I was like, Frost End. Yes.
Yes. There was one point when he literally went, okay, so I've got 3d6 for the number of shots because one of my guys is at range. Proceeded to roll 4d6 and then started getting quite belligerent. I was like, no, Tom, you just told me it's only 3d6. No, there's 4 in the unit. No, but you just said one of them wasn't in range.
I was like, oh yeah, so I was thinking that all 4 of them could shoot, and I literally measured 2 seconds ago and went, only 2 of them can get in. One of them's got 2 shots, and the other's got 1. And I rolled 4 dice, and he went, why'd you roll 4 dice? And I went, I looked at him with such confusion.
He looked at me like,
and then he went,
like, are you broken, mate? And I was like,
fuck. And the dice roll was so good as well. And then I went, I'm re-rolling. And then I re-rolled it and got like, hey, is it alright?
Disappointed!
I'm so fucked. Literally, I'm going to go home tonight and just go.
Yeah. No, you're not. Get home and edit that battle report. All right, boys. So yeah, let's all just have a moment of A moment of commiseration for Tom. He's trying really hard, man. But yeah, so I just wanted to mention it because he's playing his little heart out, and I can tell you right now, if he was playing Custodes, I think he would have run out of mental capacity a long time ago. It's like, thanks to him playing his spirit animal.
Well, at least he'll be home by now, because it goes after 2.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So we've now got the charge phase for the Death Guard, and we know exactly what we're doing.
Yes.
So let's just go straight into that. I'm going to bring the world's smallest dice tray over to you, dude. We're gonna plop it in here. You're going for... I think the most important one here is probably this Blight Lords.
Yeah, so the Blight Lords are going to go into that Taurox.
You need a 7.
I need a 7.
You've got it. You've got to. We'll move those in a moment. You remember, you put those dice next to that and it was a 9.
And then I'll do the...
Oh, I'll just remember it's a 9. It's okay. It's alright, it doesn't matter. We're just sort of
I'm falling apart.
Okay, so now you've got to do a 9 on the Poxwalkers. Okay.
Pixie Poxes.
No.
I'm going to spend a CP.
This is where the CP is coming in. Alright.
No.
Okay, so you won't take me off every objective.
And then the Death Shroud.
A 9 into the command squad for the Death Shroud?
Yes.
No. And so Typhus cannot fail. He's in. So
why did I not see that before?
make 2, fail 2, about right. You know, on a lot of 9-inch charges, that's not too.
Squads?
It is 2 different squads.
I will be charging both the squads.
Go for it, man. That's
so
fine.
He'd be going like this. That's okay.
I think you'll have to contact the front simply because the barricade is slow times. You have to go up and over it, I think. So just go around the front and you'll do exactly the same thing.
What?
Put him there. There you go. 2 hours, 35 minutes. because to go around here, you'd have to start maybe going over the barricade. Or am I being stupid? Right. Don't worry about it. There or there, it doesn't really matter. Your dealer's choice there. I tell you what, if you want to go there, I'll Hurricane intervene to you.
No.
I got a power sword, bro. All right. So.
Do you know what? I'm not even going to talk about stratagems because I don't even know what.
He's just going to make some more. So we'll be back in a moment once Tom has made up some more stratagems. I did realise, dude, you could have gone around there if you wanted to. I'm being stupid. Oh, okay. If you want to go around the back, go for it, man. And I'm not going to Hurricane intervene because how many attacks does he get?
He's got 7. I think I make the sweep into 14. I don't know if he hits 3 times for each. I'll check, guys.
We'll double check. I'm basically what we're going to do, guys, is I need to have a little look at how many attacks Tom's going to get here because he can turn Obsec off. And so if although it might be suicidal, if he can do that and he's getting 1 million attacks, I'll heroic into my command squad and just to get more bodies on the objective. Because even if he then kills the command squad, at least I'll guarantee to hold 2 objectives beginning of my turn.
Around there if you've got 1 million bodies on there, aren't I?
We'll go around the front then. I was trying to tell you, bro. All right.
Because I only need to be within 3 of these 2 squads.
Yeah.
Off, so.
We got there in the end. It is not.
Okay. Tis but
a man. All right. So I tell you what. Let's move your Blight Lords in as well. Mm-hmm. We'll do the rolls off camera because it's basically Blight Lords wailing on a Taurox.
Spinning around.
Yeah, and it's going to be Typhus just, sweeping down Scions, and we'll see where we end up. After the choppy had finished, Typhus almost did it. Mm-hmm. He was able to kill down the 2 sound squads to just 3 blokes, and then they both failed morale. But the final chap stuck around, and that was massive because even though he is not of the OBSEC, there are 2 models on that objective, which means I control it. So I will actually... Tom's dreams of taking me down to 0 primary...
It would have been 4.
Which... You probably would have won the game if you take me down to 0 primary. Now at least the game is so close.
It is.
It's so close, guys. This is much more of a game.
Just to remind you guys, I'm on 2.35.
2 hours 35. Remember that. Everyone who's got this far in the battle port, I want every single one of you to comment 2 hours 35 minutes.
Oh, my
2 hours 35 minutes. Or, if you prefer, 19 in 1 turn, 3 to morale. Those are Tom's 2 new saves.
Oh, no.
Over here, the Blight Lords, of course, tore the... well, I say of course. It came down to the exact number of wounds they needed to do. Yeah. But the Taurox did explode, and it did take one of them with them. It took a full Blight Lord with them, so well done, Taurox. That was probably more than it would have done the shooting phase against those bad boys. Yeah. So that is the turn 3 for the Poxwalkers. Now, for the Poxwalkers, for the Death Guard. Now, they've done a great job there. Mm-hmm. But the Scions have managed to cling on by the skin of their teeth. We've still got 4 Taurox primes in this fight. The number of infantry on the board looks deceptively low. Because obviously it's like, oh, we've got like
Still got
a few guys here. But we do have 20 Kazakin inside these 2 Valkyries. I've been talking about this for a while on the videos, boys. Going all in with that Alpha Strike is not the way to do it. Having a turn 4 comeback tour is the way to do it. So we actually still have 20 Kazakin there. We've got a 10-man squad of Scions back there. And we have about 20 guys here. So we're actually doing all right for infantry. We're doing okay. It's all just a bit spread out.
It is.
But like the Death Guard are also spread out. So we'll be back at the end.
Table ends,
we have swapped table ends. We will be back in Scion turn 4. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna rocket your poxwalkers right now. Okay. So the Valkyries are coming screaming over it. Tom kept saying to me, like, don't target the poxwalkers, they're not worth anything. I'm like, dude, they're worth 2 fucking victory points. If I can take them out.
Oh, you're chatting shit. I said they're worth 2 victory points. And you went, oh yeah. And then you went,
you were trying to convince me not to target them. Don't listen to it. This is how we won the last battle point. You got in my head. All right, now. So I've got out the Kazakin and the Castellan disembarked first. They got out.
Rod.
And one of the squads, I was umming and ahhing, do I rod? So you know what? I need to get points in the bank. Things are so close. I'm rodding with the squad, and I just need this one squad to kill this one guy. That's it. That's all they need to do. And then over here, I was like, right, I can get this objective, so I'll hold this objective. There's nothing Tom can do to stop me from holding that objective. I just need to then kill this one guy. And to make sure that happened, I brought 2 Torx primes and I stuck them in the window, and they're able to see him as well, just in case. And then over here, I just need to kill one guy. Typhus is in range of all 4 Torx primes and the command squad and the guy that fell back and got back in the fight. And then the last squad here, I was like, you know what, boys? You know what? They might need to do some long-range Typhus shots as well. So they're helping. Typhus is actually the riskiest one right now. He's the one that he's not got a lot of shots that can really penetrate his armor going into him. But I do have a lot of AP mans too, so at least he'll be on like 3-ups. Okay. That is my movement phase. My command phase, of course, take aim. My command phase, of course, take aim. And then that was it. And then I'll then get back in the fight.
Shamble rock.
We have to shamble rock. Oh, there's one other thing though. There's one thing. My officer of the fleet marked them for death. They marked them for death. All right. So now we have to do shamble rock. Tom wants to try and make my guys die.
Yeah, pretty much.
So do you have a dice, good sir? There's one just there.
There's one here.
Now, do you remember what this does?
Yes, 4 up on. I'll select one. I'll just select the single man.
Okay, single man. A 4+. He's going to kill him.
Hey,
he's dead. That's actually pretty big.
Sweet.
That's pretty big. And then on the command
squad. But, you know.
Yeah. And then on the command squad. Now this will be -1. So
no, I think it's just select one.
Ah, very clever. Very clever. That's you've done the right thing there.
And if I'm wrong, then I'm just.
No, I think you're right.
I'm just ruining my own chances. Then.
You've just given up at this point. So that is my movement phase, command phase. Mm-hmm. We're all in now. This is the big push.
Yes.
I need to kill 20 poxwalkers,
yes.
3 characters, and then I'm good.
Yes.
Let's see if we can pull that off. So Tom has popped Cloud of Flies on Typhus, which means he would might want to hit. That will affect all of the Tauroxes that are lined up on him, but it will not affect the command squad because they have the big bullshit banner. I will spend my CP on overcharged las cells because that is 1 CP and there's a lot of hotshot las guns in there. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to firstly throw a crack grenade at him from my officer because he doesn't have a pistol. He missed. I think he does miss. That's okay. We're going to shoot the melter gun at him. It missed. This is really bad. Okay. That dice is going in the jail again. And then we've got 3 hotshot las guns going into him. Okay, that's only 3 hits. Come on, Scion Command Squad. You're meant to be doing better than this. It is a mortal wound. and a regular wound as well. So that's one mortal and then 2 regular saves that you shall need to take on him.
It's AP of these.
It will be AP 2, so you will be on 4s.
Minus armor contempt and all that stuff.
Yes, take into account armor contempt.
So
Make one fail, so he will have taken 2 wounds in total. He'll be down to 3.
Yes.
All right, the Torx Prime next to him is going to fire. Now, is Cloud of Flies over a certain distance, or is it just...
It's just...
all the time? Yeah. All of the crying for Tim. All right, so I need to get together the dice. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
I need 1 more. My pouch is out. Here we go.
Pouch is out, baby.
Hitting on 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that was a rollover. Okay. 1.
AP?
Just nothing because of armor contempt.
Okay.
And you were on a 3 before, but you ordered 1, so it didn't matter. Sweet. It's okay. We got it right. And then the volley guns will need the same number of dice. Okay, here we go.
Come on, Typhus. You can make it, buddy.
Dropped a dice.
I believe it.
Okay, so I've got...
Never mind. I don't believe it.
Ooh. Okay, now we're going to be on 5s here. Going to be on 5s. These will be AP 2. These will be AP 1.
And I mean, cover, did you say?
You won't be in cover from the Torx Prime. And I don't think I think you have to be right up to that barcade anyway, dude. And you couldn't Cassard it for because the whole point of me tagging you with my guy was because of that. Yeah. So you will be on 3 3-ups. 1 down. Alive. He's on 2 wounds. Yes. Typhus on DOS wound.
Titan.
Okay. Now I'm gonna shoot the Scion squad that is all the way over here into him because I think that is a more important target for them.
You're gonna try and shoot him to him.
I measured the range, good sir.
You can't.
Why?
Lookout, sir.
You are not within 3 inches of any other unit, so you cannot benefit from lookout, sir. Trust me, as a guard player, I know how screening works. You have to be within 3 inches to be able to benefit from lookout, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, Mr. 2 hour 35 minutes.
No. I will say this. Well, there's a certain player at a
oh shit! I should have used overcharged large cells on this big squad.
Who fucked me over? You doing that then? So
I have fucked myself over here, dude. I've really fucked myself over here, man. But there's nothing I can do about it. That's the 2 volley guns that I've missed. I've got 2 plasma guns, a hit, and an exploding hit.
Do you hit on 3s?
They do normally.
Sweet.
So I realised what I should have done is take aim on that squad over there because I was within 24 inches.
What order did you do on them?
I didn't give them one because I'm a flipping tool bag.
Right. Sweet. Okay.
This is going very badly. Yeah, it's just, I think I'll still get him. It's just going to take more than I want it to. 5 shots. Like I said, that's an explosion. All right, come on, give me a bit of a shake. 1, there you go.
AP?
You will be on a 3-up. Hey, he's down to un wound. Un wound. Okay, so next, we're going to fire the command squad into him.
Little boy.
Okay, so we got a melter gun. It's finally got a friggin' hit. It's finally got a wound. It's AP -4, which becomes AP -3, which gives him a 6-up save.
Yes.
Ooh, clutch moment. And then we've got the 3 las rifles. Nice. Won't get the reroll, but it explodes. No wounds, but gets a reroll. No wounds. Okay, not great. We then got the little Scion squad that's there. That's nice. With the explosion, that is nice. Just in case anyone was wondering, that's this little 3-man squad just here. Come on, lads. Now, what's his toughness? It's going to be more than 4, isn't it? Nothing. Oh, it's all falling apart. 2 plasma guns on a plasma pistol. Come on. Okay, they all hit, and I get an explosion. Okay, come on, lads.
Nice.
Okay, 2 wounds, and a 3rd wound. Now, these will be 6-ups. These will be 6 ups. No.
So he takes 3.
Has he got 1 left?
He's on in wind.
Okay, and we're going to pile everything from this 10-man shock trooper squad into him. All right. Do I split, man? Do I friggin' split? No. Because Typhus is on 1. But these guys have got take aim. I could do the plasma gun into... I'm going to do a long-range plasma shot into... No, I need to... No, because I can still split fire over here. Yeah, single long-range plasma shot to Typhus. Everything else into this man here. Long-range plasma shot to Typhus. Ah, I missed. Okay, and then the melter gun into that guy. It gets the hit. It gets the wound. And it is AP 5 because of take aim. You will not get a save. He has died.
Oh, okay, sweet.
He has died. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we've achieved 1 objective so far. We're now going to go over to the Kazakin. They are just going to shoot everything into this one guy. So I will go for 2 melter guns. 2 hits. One of those auto wounds goes through and kills him because of take aim.
Yes.
That was easy. Another unit down.
Shooting fish in a bag.
Like shooting poxwalkers in Darktide. All right, so we're going to have a little think now. Highway to the danger zone. All right, it is time for a gun run. It is time for weapons free on those poxwalkers. Both Valkyries going in, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Let's go. Okay, now we have got a couple of 2s. It's not as bad as last time. Okay, and then we've got 3 rerolls. Okay. Okay, these are the rockets going in. Going in hot, baby. Okay, wounding on 3s. It's not good. Bruh. Just 4.
4, and I'm guessing it's 2s on 2s.
It's going... Yes, it is. It's 2 damage. Okay, 4 just die.
Yes.
Okay, get some! All right, that's 3 misses. 1 more wound. 1 more 2 damage. No, kills 1 more. So that is 5 dead in total. And the multi-laser. Need to give these a bit of a shake, I think. Come on. There we go. 3 more saves. 3 more 6-ups. These are just 1 damage. Okay, 2 more. So... 7 dead?
Yes, the blessed number.
Okay, we're now going to go for the next Valkyrie. It's going to do exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. All right. Okay, come on. Giving them a nice little shake in the hand. Okay, 1 miss. 1 reroll. That turns into a hit. Okay, come on, guys. Come on. Unleash the pain. Unleash the rockets. Come on, bring the rain. Let's go, boys. Let's go. All right. 3s. It's better. Bit of vim and vinegar. That's what we need. All right. That is going to be 9 damage 2 saves on these poxy boys.
Here we go.
Now you need to reroll those 4. That's good. It's a good attempt.
Yeah.
He needs to reroll those 4 because of they're 2 damage each. So he's lost 5 for certain. Yes. He has then lost another 4. Yes. That is 9 more. So 14 dead in total. Yes. Something like that. That's pretty bonkers. All right, here we go. This is the heavy bolters. Get some. You get some. All right, here we go. You guys should make a movie about me sometime. No, you shouldn't. Okay, so 1 wound. In wound.
Hey, he's dead.
He's dead. And then the multi-laser. Multi-laser. Okay, multi-laser. Okay, 3 wounds. 3 6-ups. No double damage. Dead. So there should be 1 man left.
No, there's 2.
Did you take into account the one from the heavy bolter? I don't think you took him off.
You said there was 14 that died.
And you've just lost 4.
Just lost 3.
Plus the heavy bolter.
Okay, sweet. Right,
I think there's 1 left. We'll see if it makes a difference. Basically, What I'm going to do now is I'm going to fire this Taurox, and it's going to fire everything into Typhus. It's going to fire everything into him. Okay.
Fire.
Yeah. Now we'll do the hot shots first. Yeah. And then we'll do the 1 wound. This is a 3-up. He's okay. We're then going to have the Gatling.
I don't know if you could also feel this, but you know when you roll and you're like, that's going to be a 1.
Oh, yeah, I get it. I get that feeling in my bones, man, all the fucking time. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 wounds. These are 2-ups. Ooh, get a 1. No, he's still going.
My hands are shaking.
All right, next one. Okay, that's all right. Cloudfly's coming in clutch. That's 3 wounds. 3-ups, Tom.
Because I rolled that 6, that counts as 2 frees.
Yeah, fuck off. Ah,
Sweet. I think my heart's going.
Mate, me too.
I don't know if it's the lack of sleep or like this is the
heart palpitations. Oh no. Okay. There's 2 Poxwalkers left. I need to kill them as well. Typhus might end up making it. I've thrown some moss in there. There we go. All right.
I mean, Typhus is going to be dead next turn. Let's.
I might have to charge him. I got a power sword, bro. I get to strike before you. 2 wounds. Now these will be 2-ups.
On him.
On Typhus. Armor of Contempt coming in clutch. Okay, so the last talks is I just know you're gonna roll what you need to get. I just know. You know what I mean? I just know. So I'm gonna put the last talks. I'm gonna put everything into those 2 Poxwalkers because.
See, now you're saying 2. It's 1.
Is it 1?
Apparently.
Right. It is.
You killed 14 Poxwalkers. Do you know what? Yeah, it's 1.
It's 1.
Timothy.
It's 1.
Let's just say it's 1.
Okay, I'm gonna put my volley.
It was 2, and then you're going, the 2 Poxwalkers.
I'm gonna put my volley guns into. I'm gonna put my volley guns into Typhus and all the Gatling into the Poxwalker. So this is into Typhus. Come on.
-1.
Okay, that's good. Okay, come on, baby. Come on. 3-ups. Stop rolling them 1 at a time. It's so cheesy. Yes! And then the remaining Gatling rounds finished off the 2 Poxwalkers. That was a pretty good turn for the Scions. We may have overkilled in 1 or 2 places, like over here. And, maybe I could have got another point trying to kill something over here. We shall see. But at the end of the day, we did manage to clear off many of the Death Guard objectives. They are now down to just 15 Terminators and a Plague Surgeon. That is all
they need, baby.
That's all they have to draw upon. The Guard are currently sitting on 4 objectives. Is there anything that Death Guard can do to take them off those?
Yeah.
We shall see. All right. He says yes.
Yeah.
It was a rhetorical question.
I thought you were just asking me.
It was a rhetorical question. Trying to build suspense, dude. The magic of cinema. All right, fine. All right. Let's see what Tom can do going into his turn 4. I think, unless there's anything particularly exciting that comes along, I'm going to do it as a summary turn 4.
We'll probably do next,
Summary turn 4, and then we'll see if it makes a difference for turn 5. But we'll be back after the Death Guard have done their shenanigans. Okay, end of Death Guard turn 4. It was a summary. My. This game, guys, is one of the best games me and Tom have ever played. It is proper back and forth.
Just neck and neck.
This is one of the closest games I think we've ever done, man. So, the Blight Lords, the Lords of Blight, they moved forward. Yes. They unloaded their unholy bolters into the Scions back there, and I was praying that Tom would kill so it's been like the song, hasn't it? That Tom would kill every last one of them, because if he did, it would deny him the ability to get fleeing vectors.
I only need 2 more, I want it to max it.
He only needs 2 more to max it, and he did kill them to a man. which means that and then he failed to kill enough from the command squad to make them flee. I ended up having to tank a few wounds on the command squad. The command squad actually did really well this turn. I had to sink a couple of CP into them, but they were able to use the implacable indoctrination stuff to really reduce the amount of damage that they were taking. And the feel no pain on the medic came absolutely came clutch. So that was really nice there. And they didn't do anything back to the Terminators, but they didn't need to, because 3 of them lived. None can live whilst the other survives. They managed to hold that objective. They don't hold it, but they contest it. Now, the reason that's so big is going into my turn 5. I hold this objective. I hold this objective. I most certainly hold this objective, which means the Death Guard only hold 2. Going into my turn 5, I'm getting the 12 VP.
The Holy 12.
The Holy 12. Indeed, the blessed number in this case. I do think 12 is the blessed number of the guy, because it's our carrying capacity of our bullshit transport. I'm very excited. Okay, so at the end of Tom's turn, he did score loads of points. But going into my turn, all I need to do is kill 4 Terminators, and I will get 1 more point for no prisoners, and that will be it. So we're going to have a summary turn 5. Yeah. We're going to see if the Scions can kill 4 Terminators, and we're going to see if the Terminators can make some Scions flee. We'll be back at the end of turn 5 and the end of the game. End of turn 5, end of the game. So the Scion turn was predictably straightforward. The order came down the line: execute order 66, eliminate the enemy Terminators. And that is what we did. We deleted the 3 Destral Terminators that were here with our 2 units of Kazakim. And we killed all but 1 of the Destral Terminators here. That Destral Terminator is on a single wound after everything unloaded onto him.
And he got spread the sickness off on a 4+.
And he got spread the sickness off in his turn. But at the end of that, I was able to kill 5 Terminators. That was more than enough for me to get no prisoners. So going into the Death Guard turn 5, it was all to play for. They were able to use their last CP to count their bolters as plague weapons. They were then able to slaughter the 10 Kazakin to a man, and that meant that they got 2 points for fleeing vectors, and they were able to charge the one of my Kazakh squads had moved up here to try and deny Tom some final points, but it did not matter. Papa Nurgle would not be denied, and they charged the remaining Kazakhstan squad and cleared them off. That was it. That was everything. And so when the dust finally settles one last time, the Scions hold 3 objectives. The Cadian Shock, who have had the easiest time of it today, they've not lost a man. No. And the remnants of the Scion command structure and infantry are holding this objective down here. A few battered Scions have just sort of remaining on that flank. Of course it did. Of course I got my 3 boots in the ground points as well, boys, in the final turn. And then the remnants of the Scion armor and air power have fallen back. If you actually notice, the Scions have ended up exactly where they started. We've got 1 man out of no man's land.
We're both on 3 objectives.
We're both on 3 objectives. Why do we fight? Why do we fight?
We just need to live in peace.
Yeah. And the Terminators, I say Terminators because that's all that's left in this army now. The Death Guard are down to 10 Terminators and a single Plague Surgeon. I believe he's going to have his work cut out for him, putting his brothers back together. So that is where the cards have fallen. What is the final score? So the final score. The Death Guard only scored 38 points on primary.
Oh my god, I thought you were about to just say, only 38 points for the game.
No. Death Guard scored 38 points on primary. Mm-hmm. They were able to max spread the sickness. Mm-hmm. They were able to max fleeing vectors. Yes. But they only got 9 points on psychic interrogation. Yeah. And also I didn't give them the 10 painting points because Tom said his paint job was terrible. So, okay, I only got 10 painting points. The final score of the Death Guard was 87.
Yes.
It's a very respectable score.
Very respectable.
The Scions scored 41 primary. And we then scored 40 secondary points, which puts us on 91 points. Now, there is a little bit of a caveat here. A couple of things I want to mention. Firstly, that we're not sure if Typhus counts as OBSEC. We know he cancels OBSEC, but he is a Death Guard Terminator.
Yes.
Now, if he does count as OBSEC, then it would mean that I would have only got 4 primary points in one of my turns, which would have made this 87-87.
That's ridiculous.
Which is very close. So, chat, we have double-checked, chat, but, 40k is a myriad of FAQs and everything. So, let us know down in the comment section below.
Yeah.
The other thing is that me and Tom play a shitload of WTC. In fact, the only tournaments we go to are WTC. And in WTC, for those that don't know, that's the is it World Team Championship, something like that. Yeah. Under that format, if both players are within 5 points of each other, it counts to draw. Mm-hmm. And take into account the fact that Tom, how 2 hours 35 minutes? 2 hours 35. The same fact that Tom only got 2 hours 35 minutes. We are going to call this game a draw. Because if me and Tom were facing over the tournament table, it would be, if Typhus counts as OBSEC, and we're not sure, it would be, and I think I can be nice to him because, of course, he is honestly, by the end of this game, I think he was just like forgetting his own name. He's like, wait, am I mordianglory?
Literally, honestly, this game was so me and Tim, we were like, we're not going to look at the points.
Until the very end.
Until the very end of the game. So we were counting up the points, until the very end. And so my turn 5, I'm there squeezing out every point I can. If I would have killed that Castellan on the last turn, which I tried to do, but then Tim was like,
You can't target him.
Yeah, because I was going to split my fire with the Terminators to the bolters into the Cascade, and then plague launches into the Castellan. And Tim was like, and I was like, okay. That leaves me out 4 points, and if I got those 4 points, it would have been a draw.
There's a lot of ways it could have been a draw, man.
Was, but no, we literally have been I think this is the longest recording session we've been doing, because we've also been going back and forth, going, no, this is, and so we've
you have made up about several dozen new stratagems. Yeah. GW, you need to hire Tom. He's got some great stratagem ideas. None of them exist, but he's got them.
Do you know what the funny thing is most of the stratagems I'm talking about were just were stratagems, but they were just in the completely wrong phase.
No, you often got the names right, but the abilities were just concocted from your dreams.
So we're looking at stratagems, so obviously we double check everything, but I was just like, God, I'm not. I said to Tim at one point, I went, I think I've got. And I said, I'm just going to sit down. I'm not going to.
After about the dozenth time, Tom thought he had a stratagem that didn't physically exist.
It's the 4th time I've played this army. I still don't know all the stratagems. It's I don't know. Yeah. I don't even know half of them. I know 3.
Yeah.
Realistically, and I'm like, okay, that's good. That is good.
Yeah. A couple of things to mention, guys. Of course, as well. In case there was one turn when I thought that these guys had contested objective, they didn't. Don't worry, we've taken that into account. That still takes into account the 91-87 score. It's just the Typhus thing we haven't picked up on.
Oh,
don't worry, I
didn't realise that you.
I'd already factored that in, yeah. So there was a turn when I would have got 12, but I didn't because they counted as OBSEC.
So did we both all just get 8?
Yeah, we both got 8 all every turn. Oh, I just got more tertiary than you. That was it.
Oh.
So yeah, don't worry, guys. We've picked up on all of that. It's just been an absolute slog. I have just my final thoughts before I go and pass out. This has been one of the most enjoyable games Tom and I have ever played. We have been, it has been back and forth, blow for blow. We've both played a little hearts out. We've kept each other very honest, but we've not been short with each other or got upset with each other. It's been really high standard of play. And
this way, so normally these battle reports takes about 6 hours to record.
This one's on 8.
Then this one's on 8, and that's because in between the turns, I was going, I think you should do this, Tim. And Tim's going, yeah. And
I was like, Tom, just let me play.
We had a 45-minute discussion about what you should do for like different turns and stuff, and it was like it was just really nice to get into like the whole
have the discussion. But by the end I was like, Tom, we just need to let each other play. Like I'm not going to give you any advice, you don't give me any advice, let's just fucking play this game out. But that's my sort of final thought, was the level of play for me and Tom. Like, we honestly, I think it is the best play we've ever done against each other. But for me, it's the favourite game we've done in like a dozen games over the course of our sort of gaming careers against each other. This has been my favourite one.
I made a couple of mistakes in that game, which I'm not going to bloody do again.
Yeah.
And that was just like leaving my playcaster to be like, I knew
that was
gonna
massive.
Die, but then I was like, I didn't realise that I had the opportunity to clear that objective over there.
Yeah.
So that's when I threw out Typhus, and then I went, if he kills this, I don't get my focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd be a bit more cautious with the Milligan Playcaster and my Poxwalkers as well. I'd probably just, what I'm probably going to do is stop stretching them out over 2 objectives and just try and like
turbo dump 1 objective.
5 behind cover.
Yeah.
And then that way, like, it's like, okay, yeah, the unit's still alive.
Yeah.
I think I played okay, but again, like, it was just, we were like literally like trying to like basically fuck each other over with like stuff. It was really, really good, yeah.
And what other thing I'd say? Oh, Scions. My final thoughts on Scions. Yeah. Wow, the boys, the Scholar Progenium, they know what to do. I thought this list would struggle with killing power due to a lack of Lehman Russes. Oh no. It got to that final turn, I was just rolling dice after dice at Tom, and Tom was like, how have you got so much firepower left? It's like, because I've been very careful with choosing what to let die, essentially. At the end of the game, I started with like an 80 odd infantry. Still got about 30 left. It's not too bad. I've lost a couple of Torques primes. That's all right. I was really impressed with Scions, and the way they play is totally different. I don't worry about flexible command. I don't worry about special orders. You know what? I'm going to rod or R&D. I'm going to do my engage, and I'm just going to have a great time. So I definitely found the playstyle completely different, and I found the maneuverability that came with taking different secondaries very, very freeing. So that was very nice. But the men of the match for me have to be the Valkyries. The Valkyries literally went around the map, strafing running huge balls of Poxwalkers. Every single turn they picked up 20 Poxwalkers between them.
Yeah, they were good, yeah.
They literally, I think they killed like 20 Poxwalkers turn 1, and then turn 2, and then turn 3, then turn 4.
You didn't target any Poxwalkers turn 2 because you were like, I need to clear a few of the... Like, you targeted, I think, 10 over there and a couple behind here, and then you're like, right, I'm going to leave the 40 Poxwalkers till...
Yeah. They definitely killed at least 60 Poxwalkers, though. At least 60. Yeah. If you guys have been keeping track, let us know down in the comment section below. Tom, final thoughts from you. Keep it quick. 1 minute, 60 seconds. Here we go.
I just love playing Terminus S. It's not very killy, but the strategy behind it is super fun, and it's also... It's the most I've seen Tim ever just want to... Like, so... Basically,
makes me cry.
Are very like friendly with each other. Like, obviously, but like during a couple of turns, it was like, no, I can see that model. And so it's like it gets to that level where you're competing against each other so hard that you like. It seems a bit like there's a bit of tension there, but obviously
there was zero tension.
Nothing like oh, we put this guy.
There were a couple of times when Tom said to me,
"So good, it is such a good game." Though
there were a couple of times when Tom said to me like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that. That's mean." I was like, "Dude, do it, do it. Come on, do it. Do it, you fucking pussy. Do it."
It's like,
I encouraged him to be a bit more cutthroat this game. We've been very nice to each other the first 3 games. And I encouraged you to get your teeth out today.
Again, it's a different mentality with me and you. Obviously, you've played tournaments longer. I'm a bit more... I don't want to do things which seem dickish, even if it's going to, I'm like, yeah, no, like, that's ridiculous. But yeah, absolutely cracking game. I did get me teeth out of this game.
You did. It was very nice. Sometimes it's very good to have those friendly games, and sometimes if both players are feeling it, it is nice to get the teeth out.
Yeah, it was really good today.
Which was good, but not being horrible to each other. We're playing to a different.
We've been having a laugh the entire time.
Yeah.
It's just when it comes.
God, the number of memes, man.
Shooting or something, or like moving, it's like no. like I've purposely moved this far back. You can't charge me. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
And you were doing this, and you were saying to me like, that's a 7-inch charge, and I was looking at it, I was like, you know what, dude, it is a 7-inch charge. I'm not going to argue with you. Like you've clearly set that up. I thought I was far enough away, but actually no, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's a mistake on my end, and I didn't. You know, sometimes when we make mistakes, it's like, oh, I could have moved back a couple of inches. Let me do it. It's like, yeah, okay, no worries, man. This time I was like, no, I'm going to let myself get punished for that. You know, after we were pretty good with it. I would say the amount of memes that have come out of this game is brilliant. 2 hours 35 minutes.
Oh my day.
That's got to become one. And for me, I think the saying that I said the most throughout this game was, it vexes me.
It vexes me greatly.
I'm terribly vexed. that's.
So your MVP for the game was
The Valkyries by a country mile.
Oh, you see, my MVP is always the Poxwalker.
Yeah.
But I still don't think. I actually don't think they did much work for me in this game.
Not as much.
Honestly, no. I
I've learned.
I
I've
think
learned.
there was an army that just picked them up, especially with that banner.
That vexes
I hate
you.
The banner. I hate it so much. I think the
What Tom's Terminators just like holding the like plague surgeon up against the wall, saying, "Why can't I take my feel no pains? It's just not possible. Why isn't it possible, you stupid bastard?"
The one that always surprises me is Demon Prince. The damage output of him.
He's a high priority target
I will
for
say
me.
the Blight Lord Terminator just being able to hold 2 objectives consistently.
They, for me, are my
clear, like...
From my point of view, they're your MVP. But the Poxwalkers are a lot more fun. They're a bit more like, oh, here we are, another day, another dollar, you know, 2 objectives, kind of stuff.
My Blight Lords went from up here to, oh no, this flank's failing to...
The flank is collapsing!
They were up to there at one point.
Yeah.
And then it was like, back again. It was like, okay.
You are surprisingly, if you just keep on stomping, you are surprisingly maneuverable.
Well, you say that, but 5-inch movement is horrific.
Because
you do feel it at some points. You're like,
do you like the fact? This is the last joke I'm going to say. Do you like the fact that your Poxwalkers, with their turbo surge stratagem, move as fast as a guardsman who's done a slight amount of cardio?
Yeah. Amazing. Like they're literally like they have no lungs, but they just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going. All right, guys. Tom, shake my hand, dude. Once again.
I won't shake your hand because I'm very clammy.
Don't worry about the clam. My hands are just as clammy, dude. I feel the warp overtaking me. Oh my god! Thank you. Great game, dude. For me, best game we've ever played. Great. We got honestly fought each other to a standstill. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we do. As much as we do, we did.
Yeah. It was actually at one point we were doing the summary turn. I think it was turn 4 or 5. The last turn. And I said to Tim, I was like, "Oh mate, we should have filmed it because it was literally nail biting." And it was like, and some of the things like, so we argued about a wound on that Terminator, and we're like, right.
The dice gods will decide.
1, 2, 3, he didn't take the wound, or no, 1, 2, 3, he did take the wound. 4, 5, 6, he didn't, and it went into 6, and I went, right, he's still alive then.
Yeah, and that meant you could get spread the sickness. The dice, look, we couldn't remember, and the dice gods determined it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's battle report as much as we did. Thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to make sure you never miss an episode. And of course, if you want to see more battle reports and help us get more channel armies, then please consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. Links down in the description below. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. And of course, as always, I'll see you guys next time.